and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. A jacuzzi bath system fits in your existing tub space. It's a no-mess installation with an amazing style selection, factory-certified installers, and a limited lifetime warranty. Call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599 right now and get 50% off installation with no interest and no payments for 12 months. Replace that old bathtub today with a walk-in shower for a safer bathing experience. If you have lived in your home for over 15 years, it's time to remodel your bathroom. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599. 800-717-4599.
Let's go. It's time for Sedano and Kap.
A little sabor, and we're going to just nosh.
It is George Sedano. It is Scott Kaplan. Sedano and Kap is on.
I'm going to have to say respectfully, I'm going to disagree.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know.
The LA afternoon drive takeover.
He likes to lay the wood.
Yeah. You say Kikuchi.
Wacky forced radio stunt of the year.
Christopher can go to hell.
Oh, nothing worse than the horse. Nah, man, black don't crack.
Benjamin Pratt is like, how do you say his name? Asminger?
Asminger. Hey, these Hard Knocks guys are all over me right now. It's like I'm in back of Dayton. You are a bit killer.
Because you got to talk about sperm?
Here we go.
You don't know. You don't know. And you know why you don't know? Because you're gutless, Andy. You're gutless.
Sedano and Kap.
God, I'm going to melt you.
Do-da-da-da. Trudell's in the house. Cappy's taking a day off. He says he's not feeling well, but I don't believe him. He's just going to Redondo for that Beach Live concert.
Yeah, what is the reason I got called in to relief pitcher
I just told you that's
duty?
the reason.
No, I mean, so he's
He
claiming
didn't
that
even
he's sick.
try and say he didn't feel good. He said he's taking the day off.
Like, does he know, George, that this would have been my first full off day since October? Did he care about that?
No, he doesn't care about you.
No. Instead.
And I even asked Beto first because I took that into consideration.
Well, Lindsay, look, for you and for George, it's a pleasure to be here. Okay, I just want Cappy to feel that guilt. So I came willingly. I could have told you, Lindsay, you know what, I can't today. The season was over. You've been like, okay, thanks, Mike, I get it. But I really just want to drive home the point that Cappy is just trying to go to beach life, essentially.
Well,
Pretty much.
It is good to have two ball knowers in the house.
Ball knowers.
When the playoffs are going on, we got a lot going on because, Cappy don't know ball.
He's the outsider's insider.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
And he does have the Cappy Lappy.
The Cappy Lappy. The Cappy.
It's definitely run its course, though, as Clinton said.
George, my favorite part of it's not a rejoin, the start of the show, like the montage, is when you say sperm. That's my favorite.
Yeah. Well, Cappy did a live read for a long time about sperm donation.
Yeah. As well he should. George, you teased something, and
yes.
I don't know what this is about.
So I think Lindsay needs to explain because she is presented this in our group chat earlier.
Did I miss this?
No, this wasn't in the one you were in. This is in the
okay.
Sedano and Kap group chat.
Oh, okay.
I'll send it to you right now.
I mean, listen, we can add you if you want, but I feel like you probably are in enough group chats is what I would say.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
We have talked about this a few times because we did once let Beto in.
And then Kap and him got into a fight, and then Beto left.
And it was very funny because they started fighting on the chat, and then all of a sudden it said Beto Duran has left the chat.
Yeah. And not to a surprise based on that audio that you just heard there.
Oh, hang on one second. Let me pick up the phone for this person.
Is it Cappy?
I think it's the person that we were referring to.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, so she's got to explain before we put this person on the air, and then we'll bring this person on the air.
So he's on now, and so I'll explain it with him on the air.
Okay, great. Hello, person. There he is.
It's DeMarco.
DeMarco. So Lindsay presented something to our group text that we found to be pretty hilarious, and I think you will too. And I think it may have been like this is just happening unbeknownst to you. I'm almost certain that's the case, and because of what is transpiring, it made us all howl with laughter. Okay.
So DeMarco, for the past couple weeks, I want to say it's been going on for about 3 weeks now, and I will be getting these maps alerts on my iPhone, and it says DeMarco Farr is sharing ETA. And the one today, for example, was DeMarco Farr will arrive at Burger King around 1:35 p.m. Follow along in maps. Last week there was like a park or something in Pasadena, and then there was somewhere in Santa Monica a couple days ago. Yeah. So I forgot to tell you because I was either driving or doing something, and I never got a chance to tell you. But I sent it to the guys today because I was like, I don't know why, but DeMarco's sending me his location all the time.
Lindsay, I am so sorry. My car is malfunctioning. It's the infotainment center on my Chevy Suburban has gone haywire. So every time I plug my phone in, it just starts going completely bonkers, berserk. The DVD player plays, the music switches, it goes back and forth to the radio, and it's been sending out that stuff. And I try to stop it, but I can't.
So am I the only person?
Well, I will say this. It was hilarious when we saw you were going to Burger King, okay? I also feels on brand. I would imagine you would agree with that a little bit. Like, I feel like you
does have an Impossible Burger. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's what I say, because they do have some healthier stuff there for a fast food joint. And then, like, we just thought it was hilarious. I'm like, I told Lindsay, we just got to start the show bringing on DeMarco to let him know what's transpiring.
So it is accurate though, DeMarco, with your Google location. So like you're not sending out alerts. You haven't opted into anything.
You had to have because it's been sending them to me for a couple weeks.
No. It's straight up Hal from the movie, like Space Odyssey or whatever. It has a mind of its own. I'm about sick of this car, and I'm so sorry, Lindsay. Yes, but I do go to Burger King. That is true.
Well, how many
but
people?
Probably not
so what did you order?
Came up.
Impossible Burger and what else?
Water, and if I'm feeling frisky, some French fries.
Oh.
Is that true? That's there?
Oh my God! Well, dude, Lindsay, send it to him.
I'm going to send it to you right now.
She sent us the screenshot. It was like,
how many people are getting Google alerts from
Am I the only one?
No.
So you heard of this problem. That's pretty funny. I wasn't
it's been going on for a while, yeah.
But it doesn't send every location, obviously. It just kind of once in a while.
It's when he plugs it into the car. Yeah.
It's usually on the weekends.
Okay, so funny. Just today, I was trying to find, is it the Redondo Theater, wherever that thing is, off Manhattan Beach, from the 110. Don't know my way. Put the GPS on. On the way, it flipped me to a Burger King.
No.
It just does this. It has a mind of its own. Yeah.
I mean, it
might have known you were hungry.
Yeah, I didn't get the one about Redondo, but I got the Burger King one. Like I said, I got one about like a park or something, and then I got one in Santa Monica.
The one in the park in Pasadena makes sense because weren't the Rams there before they were in the hangar earlier that morning?
I think so, yes.
Yes, it was. I think that was the day.
So whatever address I put in, it's going to come up and send you whatever. So just disregard. So don't screenshot and don't tell the boys.
Okay, I'm sorry.
DeMarco, the Redondo Performing Arts Center, like off of Aviation?
That one. There's a track right next to it. I just went there today and ran for the first time. I love that little area.
There's a track. There's like a couple soccer clubs, because that's right by where I live. Remember, you came out there to play pickleball with us a couple times.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I saw a bunch of soccer guys. I'm like, this is probably where True hangs out. Yeah, a lot of soccer.
And DeMarco, I hope you're not mad at me, but the first couple times I was just like, whatever, this is an accident. But then it kept happening, and so it happened as I was walking into the station today, and that's why I texted the guys.
Well, the Burger King part made it funny.
I'm mad now because why didn't you call me and check on me first?
Well, I figured you're like taking your kids there or something, and then I remembered, wait, DeMarco is a vegetarian.
George, she went straight to the bit. She didn't call to check. I could have been kidnapped.
Well, look, if
at Burger King.
Yeah, but if let's say the alerts have been coming in like at 2 a.m. when nothing good's happening,
right.
Then that's a different thing. But this is just a nice casual midday stroll to BK. Very respectful.
Yeah. But true, I could have been in the trunk, and she's using it as a bit. Come on now.
Yeah. I don't feel like, let me tell you something, for somebody to put you in a trunk, they have to be pretty damn large, or there has to be like 6 of them. Okay?
George.
That reminds me I have a problem with something that DeMarco said the other day when I happened to get in my car.
What did I say?
Uh-oh.
Well, you know that whole thing with the gorilla and the 100 people thing everybody's talking about?
Yeah.
You said, and I guess it was Travis and whoever was else in the room, you said, oh, yeah, y'all are going to be there first. I'm going to be in the back. No, man. What are you talking about? You played in the NFL.
We
You're
need to send you in
line,
first.
Dude.
No
what
question.
Are you talking about?
No. Oh, no.
What are you talking about?
We're platooning. We're coming off the bench.
No.
The first 15 goes first. Let me see how that goes.
No, you're assigned to the right leg, bro. You go get the right leg. Do not let go, and let George come in with his black belt a little bit later once that thing is worn down.
Yeah.
I am not going to be the 51st person killed by that gorilla. I'm just going to let you know. If 50 is dead, it's over.
I'm 5'9", 170. You want me going in first?
Yeah.
No.
Yes. Let me see what happens.
Yeah. Right.
If he kills you with ease, I know what's up there. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, I had a problem with that, but that's
all right.
Okay.
Well, DeMarco, we just wanted to maybe we did want to check on you. We want to make sure you're okay. You weren't stuffed in a. No, we didn't. We wanted the bit, but it's okay. But at least we know now.
I'm taking Lindsay off my emergency call list.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to out you. I just thought it was funny. Have a good weekend.
All right, man. Have a good weekend.
Bye.
See ya. There you go.
Oh, well done.
All right, let's get into some Lakers basketball, Michael Trudell. All right,
Yeah.
let's get on to what's on the horizon for the Lakers, what comes next for LeBron, Luca, and a bunch of guys on the roster. There's all sorts of chatter about what they could do in the offseason, so we'll get into all that. But first, let me tell people about LAX. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover train, they're rolling in early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investment in improving your travel journey. The new trains will quickly move guests between all terminals, the new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, the economy parking, and kiss and fly lot, all within 10 minutes or less. And they depart every 2 minutes when they open next year in early 2026. To learn more, go to this website, lawa.org/ESPN. That's lawa.org/ESPN.
Hey, guys, it's Cap.
I'm Doug Hopkins.
And I'm Damon Lyons.
And we want to buy your house.
With over 30 years in the business and more than 20,000 real estate transactions, Seller's Advantage offers a much better buying experience.
We don't charge agent fees, you pay no commissions, and you make no repairs. Seller's Advantage will show you a no-obligation, as-is cash offer and can close in just a few days.
Just check out our Google reviews and see for yourself.
Call Seller's Advantage today or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gat today at 818-917-5256 or you go to avnergat.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergat.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game, avnergat.com.
All right, listen up. Whether you're out for a walk, hitting the gym, or just tackling your day, in this LA heat, chafing is no joke. Take my word for it. That's why you need Highlands Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highlands soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
Hey, it's Bethel Duran. If you've ever been in a car accident, you know how stressful it can be. My boy Leo and the crew at Active Collision are there for you. They're the experts at taking care of your business. I'm dealing with it right now. Hit and run. The back of my truck was smashed. I thought it was just a simple fix the tailgate. No. Leo said, boom, boom, boom. This is a problem, Bethel. Let me take care of it. 626-330-0100. 626-330-0100. You'll get a 50% discount on your deductible when you let them know that 710 sent you. Or check them out on Instagram at active.collision.
Right now at Park West Bicycle Casino, the progressive jackpot is over $3 million, and when it hits, it'll be the biggest jackpot ever won at any LA card room. Poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, even Baccarat, all eligible for the progressive. Brand new players who sign up for their player rewards get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino, where the stakes are high and the rewards are massive.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-00122. GEAR-01292. GEAR-01298. BSIS license number 1358.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
This is Sedano and Kap on 710.
Yeah.
Sedano and Kap continues.
Nah, really?
Right now.
Come on. Hot, sicker than your average. Pop a twist cabbage off Don't stink pink gators. My Detroit players. For my hooligans in Brooklyn. Dead right. If the head right.
I'm having issues with my TV. I feel like I'm Cappy now. It's not connecting to the. I have one of these wireless DirecTV boxes, and it's not connecting.
Well, Cappy does a certain thing when like hip hop tracks come on. Yeah, exactly. And I thought about impersonating for a minute, and then I'm like, I can't do this.
Nah,
I can't do this. I'm gonna leave that for him.
Nah, you're good.
Yeah. But I do. I mean, I kind of enjoy when he does it, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. Just like that.
What you know about Biggie D?
Exactly, sound just like Kap.
Oh man.
You don't know nothing about no Biggie Smalls.
Just glad Cappy's able to rest up so he can go to beach life tonight while I'm working.
Oh,
for
he's
him.
already there. He's definitely
there's no question.
been there all day.
Yeah.
He's been there all day. Hey, Mike, let's talk about some of these things because I want to, I want to get Mike your thoughts on this, and Lindsay and obviously DeAndre can weigh in as well. What do you think comes next in regards to the evolution of this Lakers roster?
Well, fortunately, George, we got to hear about this, right, from both Pelinka and JJ. I mean, I think, like, the analogy that Pelinka used, right, was that it was like trying to build an airplane in the sky. Like, it was already up there. So when they made the trade for Luca, obviously they tried to make a different trade. It didn't end up going through, but there was a certain amount on the roster that was lacking. And obviously that goes to size and athleticism. It goes to the center position. So it worked, though, to the point where the Lakers ended up still securing the 3 seed. They beat a lot of the teams that are still playing well in the playoffs, right? They beat the Pacers. They beat OKC. They beat Minnesota. Of course, they didn't have Gobert and Randall in that game, which we ended up seeing was a crucial difference in size and athleticism. But so, like, there weren't you could still talk yourself into, yeah, you know what? A sustained run is possible here. I don't know about winning 4 playoff series, but, like, a run is possible. And by the fact that they end up playing the Timberwolves with all their size, with all the shooting, with how just how versatile and big they are, I think it really exposed that one thing that they didn't have a ton of on the roster, and that's what you do this summer now, right? You think about not just building it around Luca, which is, I think, that's a great plan for looking forward to the next several years, but even looking at next year. If you put a couple of big athletes in there, sure, one's going to be a center, maybe another one's a wing, and Pelinka also mentioned some perimeter defense, right? A real stopper that you can get that ideally can also hit a 3. That's what the roster needs, and I think they're well aware of that. So to me, it's a pretty cut and dry one.
Yeah, you need a couple of bigs. You need, and Lindsay, you were asking me about this yesterday, right? You were asking me about what the Lakers' needs are, and do they have anything on the roster that resembles that? And I would say no, right? Like, the reality, I mean, Jackson Hayes aside, I just don't think he shouldn't be a 20-minute player in your rotation as a big. Like, that should not be the case. If it is, then you don't have bigs, and that's what we saw in the postseason. But you asked me about kind of the wave of big men in the NBA yesterday when we were discussing the show before the show. And, I look at your team, the Cavs. They have kind of the quintessential grouping or pairing of big men. You have a guy in Jared Allen who protects the rim, sets good screens, and finishes at the rim, right? He's a lob threat, a vertical spacer, whatever you want to call him. And then you have a guy in Evan Mobley who can also do those things, but can also stretch the floor some and create some spacing for the offense. And, again, both dynamic, both can guard multiple positions. And I think that's, in essence, what every team is striving to achieve. Mike, fair or unfair?
Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, I think just think back to the last Laker team that won in the 2019-20 version, and they had the big look, right? The imposing big look to start. And then they had the small look, quote unquote small, because they were still big when they did it, with AD at the 5. And like even in 5 years, George, like AD at the 5 then was small. Now that's big, essentially, with what some teams are doing. But like I think you just didn't have the multiple pitches on this year's group. And like their one look was really good and it was really effective. And their closing group that they ended up playing the second half, of course, in Game 4 and then starting Game 5 with, that group was excellent together for the most part. But I think it showed even clearer after losing to the Timberwolves that you got to have that other look to supplement that against certain teams.
Well, and they had it. Right, with Reed and Gobert for the most part.
So can I ask, like, and as I was saying this to George, I was like, I listen to a lot of the NBA podcasts, specifically the Hoop Collective. Shout out to the Wendy and the guys who do the Hoop Collective. But everyone talks about like the bigs, like the bigs and the physicality. And so I guess like I don't know, like who would you say is like the perfect example of that like hasn't. I mean, that's like still like kind of new to the league that everyone's kind of trying to shift to. Because I guess I'm just trying to understand what exactly they should be looking for, especially when they don't have a lot of money to spend.
Go ahead, George.
Yeah, I mean, look, they don't have a ton of money, but they would have to trade for said players.
Like, are there guys like that coming up in the draft?
Yeah, but I don't know if you're trusting someone in the draft right away. You know what I mean?
And they don't have the first-round pick this year.
Right.
I mean, you could always trade for one. But, like, so to me, George, this is the answer to this is always, right, like, there are three ways, right? So there's trade, there's free agency, and there's draft. And so what ways do you – it depends. Depends what the marketplace is. But I do think that there are players around the league that – and I think there are players on the roster in terms of sort of contract size. The Lakers have a lot of guys making kind of between 10 and 20 million, which is a good range to have for trades and such. So there are ways that they can do it for sure. And having a full offseason instead of having like a day after you acquire Luka Doncic or a couple of hours to make another trade, right, that you're going to land that type of roster spot. So I do have confidence that the front office, and I think they've been pretty good at addressing this over the past couple of off seasons. So you got to go out and get a couple of big athletic guys and some athleticism on the wing as well.
Yeah, you need two for sure.
Are there other teams like that have had success in the past like 5 years that didn't have the big situation?
I mean, Warriors. I guess they use Looney sparingly at times, but like for the most part, they were playing with Draymond. But, I guess they had Bogut back in the day.
George, the Warriors is a good example though, and I think we could bring in a couple of teams, but like Draymond Green is maybe the only smaller guy that can really hold up at the 5 defensively for a playoff run.
Right.
I don't know that there's another guy in the like Rui spoke about this actually after the game, and is like who's trying his best in that spot, but like you have to be one of the best defenders of all time, which Draymond is, to really hang at the 5. Otherwise, you have to have a couple of other options in there to really hold things down. And the trick then, George, is to find a player that can do it that then doesn't hurt your offense. And so it's not. I'm not saying that it's an easy thread, but you still ultimately, if you have Luka Doncic at the top, like that's what you're thinking. And of course, for years it was LeBron. Now moving forward, it'll be Luka that you're thinking about building around. I'd rather start there than the inverse, where you've got great bigs or you've got a great smaller guard or something, and you're like, oh, how do I get like the guy that creates advantage on offense? That's the hardest piece to find still. Now they got that. They got Luka. The rest of the pieces. This is basically, George, what Dallas did. When they had Luka, and they tried it. Okay, we tried it with Porzingis. That didn't quite work. All right, then let's try it with Kyrie. Well, it didn't work the year they got him, but then the next year it worked.
They added Gafford and Lively and it changed everything.
And so it takes a couple go-rounds with it, and I think that they'll get there. It's just that now you do have that evidence of what worked around Luka really well in Dallas, and I think that's informative as you're building this team.
Yeah, and Lindsay, I mentioned to you, like, someone like Chris Bosh was kind of like the first guy to really play small ball 5 in a way where he was both effective offensively and defensively. So like someone, but he's not as, I mean, Draymond is 3 or 4 inches smaller than him. Like, Chris was slender. So I think that hurt him in that particular time of basketball, but also then became an advantage because he was so much faster than pretty much everybody who was playing the 5 at that time. But yeah, like in a perfect world, that's what you need. It's what I think Mobley can become. Like, I think Mobley, is like he could be like prime Chris Bosh, like, and better because I think he's better defensively than Chris was, even though Chris became pretty good towards the end.
Another name there, George Chet. Like Chet's got
Holmgren,
some elements of that.
He's got some of that.
He can protect the rim, but he can handle a little bit on the perimeter.
Yeah.
He can shoot. Like that's a super valuable player. It's still why I think Anthony Davis is awesome on a roster because it's like, oh, you got screen roll defense covered, you got the rim covered, can still score, but then you still need even more than an AD. You need one of those top 5 guys that's really going to run things from an offensive standpoint. So that's still what Luca is and where that separation is. But if you can get one of those types of guys, the versatile bigs, that you kind of have to have one to make a big playoff run.
All right, coming up next, let's get into what's up next for LeBron, for Luca, for Reeves, and talk a little bit about the Kings' loss yesterday. But first, Trudell, I don't know if you heard this, but Cappy needed some flooring, so I hooked him up with the Crazy Hernandez brothers. So if you need some flooring, I'll hook you up with the Crazy Hernandez brothers too. I mean, they're pretty crazy in the sense that they give the craziest deals around.
Okay.
So if you need flooring in your home, your rental, or even your ADU, the Crazy Hernandez brothers, who you need to call 866-62-FLOOR. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. Go to the website hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. Call them at 866-62-FLOOR. Here's the deal. You know what drives me nuts? These big box national retail stores that pretend to give you a deal by marking up the price just to mark it down. I mean, come on. We're not idiots. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, it's legitimately family-run. We talked about the Crazy Hernandez brothers. Papi Hernandez started the business, okay, back in the 70s. You got mom in the house, the primas, the primos, brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews, you name it. They're all there working out and working for you, okay? Authentic old-school TLC. And, by the way, actual wholesale pricing year-round. No bogus sales, no gimmicks, just the best price from the start. And that's why I say it, and I mean it, man. No sale beats wholesale. So call them at 866-62-FLOOR. Whether it's hardwood, laminate, tile, vinyl, carpet, you name it, they got it. Over 5 million square feet in stock in their inventory. And they got 2 locations, one in Santa Ana, one in Commerce. These warehouses are like, I swear to God, they're like the size of 5 football fields, man. So you can see it, touch it, take it home with you the same day, which is huge, especially when you're trying to finish a project fast. And check this out. If you refer a friend, both of you get 10% off your next flooring purchase. It's why first responders, designers, contractors, and builders all shop here. And they know the Crazy Hernandez brothers are always going to take care of you. So if you find a better price for any reason, Hernandez will match it, no questions asked. So head down to Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. Call them at 866-62-FLOOR. No games, no gimmicks, just the best price in town year-round because no sale beats wholesale, homeboy. Check it out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net on the web. That's hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
Back Monday at 9 a.m. after Clinton and Friends.
The baseball guys, the hockey guys,
Yeah.
aren't they all the same guys?
Well, I think
they wear different hats and helmets.
I think they all have the same basic, principles.
Yes.
Right?
Scales.
They all view the world similarly, but different.
They have the same commandments.
Yes. Thank you, Emily. That's the word I was looking for. You can bring their wrath different things, though. Like a baseball thing would not bother a basketball god and vice versa.
Oh, okay.
The hockey gods would not be enraged by something that a baseball god might be enraged by, but they all get enraged in equal proportions.
So my thing is for the Lakers, we're going to favor the Lakers today, basketball gods. Okay, wait a minute. They're getting a little too big for their britches. Now let's tip it over here.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m.
It's Travis and DeMarco
on 710 ESPN.
Is it time to sell your home? Maybe you want to downsize. Maybe you want to move. Or maybe you inherited a home that you just don't want to hang on to. Whatever your reasons to sell, call Seller's Advantage. Seller's Advantage has been buying homes for decades. Their seller reviews speak for themselves. They're just people who buy from people, and they'll provide you a custom solution that works for your needs. They offer and will buy with cash, and they close in days. The great part is you don't have to worry about spending any money on repairs, preparing your home to be shown, or having people come in and out. And there are no agents, just a great offer and an easy experience that will give you the peace of mind so that you can walk away happy. So if it's time to sell your home, call Seller's Advantage for a free, no-obligation offer today. 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, or visit sellersadvantage.com.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Get a taste of that winning feeling before the buzzer sounds with ESPN Bet's Early Victory promo. Simply place a pregame moneyline bet on any NBA playoff game, and if the team you bet goes up by 20 or more points at any point in the game, your bet will get paid out early. Available throughout the NBA playoffs at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
It's the LA Afternoon Takeover on 710 ESPN.
Man, I hate when my brain is right and my heart is wrong.
It was so close to having your brain wrong and your heart right, too.
No, it would have been so much fun if that were the case.
More Sedano and Kap right now.
Oh, Ricky. Living la vida loca. What was this? Is this like an OTD? Oh, yeah, number one, 1999, today.
Well, this song was a banger.
This was number one?
Oh, yeah, for the longest time.
Oh, my God. Mike, are you serious?
It was for
months.
Legitimate.
It had, I'm going to look it up. Is that the number, legitimately 2 months?
I was just saying like 4 months, because this is back when like TRL was a thing, and I would watch TRL all the time, and this was number one for the longest time.
So this is my senior year of high school, right? And I remember, this big it's like Britney time.
Yeah.
5
consecutive weeks at number one.
So what was I'm curious, what would number 2 and 3 be that this would? Because I remember this. It's a memorable song, but number one,
bro,
this
song was this was being played everywhere. Literally,
like my mom loved this song.
Maybe a little more in Miami than in Minnesota.
No way, dude! Everywhere, you couldn't get away. He was he performed it at the Grammys.
Number one, though.
Yeah, he was everywhere.
I believe
Michael,
you. I'm just saying.
I know that you in Minnesota were not living La Vida Loca, okay?
Bro,
but
it's just
everybody
not that
else
good
in
of a
America.
song. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Everybody was living the Vida Loca back then.
I even was up in Ohio,
The song was number one in 20 countries, it says here.
Okay, so you had, let's see.
It was mostly Ricky Martin. Come on, he was Babe. This was his first song.
He's a handsome fellow. There is no question
people were
about that.
He was like the Beatles. People were like, oh my God, Ricky.
Well, and he was also, he was a child star, right?
Yeah, he was in Menudo, but I didn't know that at the
Yeah.
time. I didn't know who the hell Menudo was.
Well, okay, a couple of others. I just pulled out a couple of other songs. So "Baby One More Time," right? That was Britney's one. That was "Genie in a Bottle," right? Aguilera. You had "No Scrubs." "I Want It That Way," Backstreet, which is a great
This
song.
was when this song was number one.
Yeah, this is 1999.
This was like the height of TRL.
Yeah. I mean, so I get it. I'm not denying that it was a huge hit at the time. I just don't view it as fondly in hindsight as some of the other songs.
Oh man, he was the hottest thing in the world
You're right.
at that time.
You're right. Okay.
He was absolutely
not denying it. Just surprised me he's number one for that long.
Yeah.
Okay, not you apparently. You got a Ricky
you hating
T-shirt
over
or
there,
something?
man. Why you hating on Ricky, man?
You're like, really? Really?
Seriously?
It was
Yes,
fine.
really.
I just wasn't that song. It was fine.
I mean, this was also. I would say if you really want to pinpoint the time when like Hispanic music kind of crossed over, you probably have to go back to the 80s, like Gloria Estefan. But then, there was this large gap, right, until this song came out, and then
Shakira.
a lot more. Yeah, and then Shakira, all these other artists started popping up, and we've just kind of been that way ever since. But yeah,
Enrique.
Enrique Iglesias at that time as well, right?
Yeah. I was listening to in 1999, Slim Shady LP came out.
Of
right?
course.
So in that I get it. That's not going to go number one in the same way for the whole popular culture. But if you're listening to Ricky Martin's album instead of Eminem at the time, this is a little different for me.
I'm telling you, Total Request Live was where it's at. That's where
TRL.
everybody
By the way,
got their music from.
Slim Shady was number one for 2 weeks.
I would rush home so I had to see it. I had to see what was number one.
Yeah,
That's true.
Listen,
Yeah.
Ricky took out Eminem that year.
He
all
did.
Right? It's all good.
It's crazy, but I'm just saying.
There's always a pop song though that just literally pops. That just people are just like,
pop.
oh my god, this is amazing.
Like grandmas love it, babies love it.
It popped more than I thought it would. Yeah. Kind of. Yeah. It's like what was that like? Right from Usher.
Right.
Like that one pop, but that one was like.
My grandma didn't like that one.
But most people.
I'm just saying she liked "Livin' La Vida Loca," but not "Yeah" by Usher.
I have a harder time though poking holes in "Yeah." It's like that comes on and you're kind of like, yeah, I get it. Well, that's number one for a long time.
Yeah,
"Livin' La Vida."
I don't get your logic, but okay.
Well, let's just move on.
Clearly, I'm I mean, listen, but what else that spawned off to a little bit, even though he started off as like he actually started off more like Eminem, and then popped when he did pop was Pitbull. Shortly thereafter in the 2000s.
Well, especially in Miami, yeah. And then
he was legit like a real like hip hop artist at first, and then he was like, man, and Uncle Luke. This is a true story. Uncle Luke of the 2 Live Crew fame told Pitbull, man, you're doing this wrong. Go do pop music and watch how much more money you make and how much more fame you get.
Uncle Luke never lied.
And he's so rich now.
And he's like super rich. Right.
Yeah, Luke had it down there.
Yeah. So, anyway. All right. Livin' La Vida Loca. Who knew Trudell wasn't down with it in Minnesota?
It's fine. It's just number one. Okay, anyway, I've said my piece.
Stop. You're not winning this one.
I mean, I'm not arguing. Okay.
This is kind of like Cap yesterday.
Call in. If you love Ricky Martin, you can't get enough Ricky Martin in your life. Call in.
Ricky, I'll tell you this, Ricky's got to be old now. Like, how old is Ricky Martin?
He still looks great.
He looks amazing.
It's unbelievable. He's
53.
like Mario Lopez. He doesn't age.
Yeah, 53. Still handsome as hell.
Great-looking guy. There's no doubt about that.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
And this guy, I mean, he was, he was a
Puerto Rican,
a child star, and then has been this.
Yeah, he was like the baby face.
Shout out Puerto Rico.
He was like the baby face. What was that kid for the New Kids on the Block? That
like
was the
Jordan Knight.
Right. Yeah, he was like that. He was the Jordan Knight.
Justin Timberlake.
Right. He was the Justin Timberlake of NSYNC, right, as a
I
child.
Never thought I'd do a segment on Ricky Martin.
There you go.
That's
all right,
what you get here on Sedano and Kap, Mike.
Yeah, exactly. You
glad we
know
did
who
it.
was also a
Honestly,
baby face but did not perform up to par was
Cappy?
Austin Reeves.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Austin Reeves. Now, we've now found out he has a big toe injury, which, hurts. But, look, a lot of people were down on Austin Reeves, Mike. I basically took the position of just one bad series. Like, he played good against Denver those couple of years. So, I just think that I have been steadfast in this belief, and I'm sure you're going to disagree, that for the Lakers, especially now with this build that they're going to have with Luca specifically and probably LeBron at least for the short term, you need guys that can defend at a high level. He is not one of them, unfortunately. So I think you're going to have to try to cash in that chip at some point because he's valuable.
So there was no official injury reported, right, at any point by the team or by Austin. But did he look like himself to me fully in that series? No. So I wouldn't be surprised there was something that was nagging him. And guess what? That also is something that happens in the postseason. A lot of guys are dealing with things and they just push through. But I think that Austin has put enough, not just good, but great basketball down on wax, particularly, George, for what his value is from a contract standpoint right now, that I'm not coming out of that series questioning, if what Austin Reeves is going to be as a player moving forward. I do think it's fair to kind of look at a team build and consider, okay, Austin Reeves next to Luka Doncic, and what are you asking of the other three on the court defensively and athletically, sort of in that context. I think that's a fair conversation to have, but you're also, when you're talking about kind of the defense and sort of maybe what's not there as it would be for an elite perimeter defender, that elite perimeter defender, it's very unlikely that they are anywhere near as good offensively as Austin Reeves. And so what's the balance? It's a roster building issue that you have to get into. But I just do want to emphasize that I think that Austin is better than he played in that series, and he would be the first one to tell you that. In fact, he did tell us that. He said, put a lot of blame on me. I was not good enough in this first-round series to the Timberwolves, no doubt.
He was not. And that's fine. Again, anybody can have a bad series. I'm not down on Austin Reeves because he had a bad series.
Why can't these guys, though, just learn to play defense? That's what I wonder. Is it that hard? Like, he's been in the league, 4 years? Like, can't you just be like, you need to learn how to play defense, or is it too late?
It's not so Austin knows mentally how to play defense, and in fact, he's usually in the right spot defensively. And this is the first series where it's really been like that was a major reason. I shouldn't say the defense itself, but like the physical deficit that he has going against Anthony Edwards, right? There's no player in the NBA. Anthony Edwards is the best shooting guard in the league, right? He's a top 10 player. You could argue right now he's playing top 5. That is the worst possible matchup for Austin Reeves. And when it wasn't Ant on him, it was Jaden McDaniels, who's 6'10" on a switch and athletic. So this was the worst series for Austin, especially when he was banged up. He knows how to play defense. That's not the issue. The issue is that he's giving up strength, athleticism, and size, just like Rui Hachimura was or to Rudy Gobert, right? So that was the issue in this series. It's not that he doesn't know. It's that athletically, you can't ask the same of him, and what you need, George, is for him to make up for it on the other end. He usually does. He did not in this series.
All right, let's continue this discussion. Let's get into the Kings a little bit, too, and then we're going to play Insider Outsider with Lindsay in a moment. Stick around. Trudell's in the house for Cappy 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah, tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
This is the Doctor in the Dugout with Dr. Alan Byer, presented by Hoag Orthopedic Institute.
I'm often asked about people who suffer their first back injury, think they've pulled a muscle in their back, and they don't stretch enough as far as their back is concerned. So when do you seek care from a doctor when you've sustained a back injury? At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, we like to tell people that the most important thing is to watch and see if that back pain is radiating down your leg, causing any numbness, causing any weakness, or any bowel or bladder dysfunction. These are surgical problems usually and require a more urgent visit to the emergency room rather than waiting to see the doctor. If none of these signs are present, it's safe to wait it out, rest for a few days, and seek medical care from your doctor within a week or so. Hope that helps. Keep stretching your back. If that doesn't get better in a week or 10 days, that's when it's time to seek the orthopedic specialist. Hope this keeps you on the field, and keep listening. We'll be back soon.
Keep listening for more on the road to recovery right here on 710 ESPN.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak high. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things. People. Love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
710 ESPN.
Sedano Kap for your afternoon right now on 710 ESPN.
It's time for what you need to know.
Let's do it. What you need to know right now.
What you need to know is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times. Just the 90 minutes from wherever you are. Take it away, Linz.
Thanks, Sedano. All right, so what you need to know is that I'm sure during the draft you guys probably heard that Abdul Carter, who was the New York Giants' first-round pick, number 3 overall, wanted to wear Lawrence Taylor, Giants legend's retired number. And Lawrence Taylor was like, no, man, you're going to have to find another number. And everyone was just like, oh, yeah, I get it. He's a legend. His number's retired, whatever. Well, I think it's interesting that today Phil Simms said that he would give up his retired number to Jackson Dart if he asked for it. So I feel like it's, obviously there's a different mentality here, but those guys are kind of around the same age. And for one guy to be like, no, man, sorry, like no questions asked, you have to give up. You have to find a new number. And then Phil Simms would be like, oh, I'd be honored to have this gentleman wear my jersey. So I wanted to see where you guys stand on that.
So here's the thing. Here's what I would say. Number one, Phil Simms was a pretty good player. Lawrence Taylor is arguably the greatest defensive player in the history of the sport. Okay?
Yes.
So they're not even on the same level playing field, despite the fact that Simms was there to win their first championship. Win their first Super Bowl, because not their first NFL championship. So I get that. Now, on the flip side, Warren Moon gave his number up to Cam Ward. Now, that's also different because Warren Moon didn't play for the Titans. He played for the Oilers. So that's kind of also like some gray area. So what does he care if someone's wearing number 1 for the Titans? So I don't know, man. Like, I just think that if you're Abdul Carter, I think you should respect the fact Lawrence Taylor wore that number and you should pick another number.
I mean, so to me, if a jersey is retired by the team and you go through the whole ceremony, and by the way, nobody does this better than the Lakers. I've been fortunate to be at several of them, including Kobe and Pau Gasol and Gail Goodrich. So they do that better than anybody. Once it's retired,
it's over.
The question isn't even out there unless the player himself, whose jersey is retired, is like, hey, by the way, I love this prospect so much, or I love this player so much, he can have my jersey. Or even in the case of LeBron James when Anthony Davis came, right? It's like, no, I'm gonna switch numbers for this specific purpose, right, to give it to a player. But if the jersey's up there, nobody should even ask Lawrence Taylor.
But won't they run out of numbers eventually?
No, I mean, in a couple hundred years, maybe. You know what I mean? Because you're only
well,
gonna.
There's
not that many guys getting retired.
Yeah.
Their jerseys.
Yeah,
retired.
I guess, but I feel like in football, like aren't there like certain numbers that are supposed to?
I mean,
be
the
for certain
Yankees
guys?
have the worst of it all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and the Yankees, like
they're done with the single digits in the Yankees, basically. Yeah, but like you in football, you could you use 1 through 99. Like, and that isn't as common. You don't have a lot of guys like number 63 in the NBA, right? Or like number 72 or number 84, right? In the NFL, you got a lot more to choose from.
Yeah, and the Yankees literally, to Trudell's point, the single digits are gone, and actually 1 through 10 are gone. So. Yeah, and there's a bunch of other numbers that are gone too. So yeah, maybe in baseball, I would say it's a little more challenging. But football, you got 99 numbers.
Who's number 10? Is it Phil Rizzuto?
Number 10
I think it's Phil Rizzuto.
It might be. Stand by. I will look it up for you. It is the old Scooter.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, and you look in baseball too. Like they have an extra 50 years on everybody else too. For the retired jerseys.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But, no, I think, George and I are aligned on this one, Lindsay.
Okay.
Sorry, Abdul Carter.
I mean, I don't care. I just think it's, it's interesting how different, people look at it differently.
Yeah. Well, the Oilers are probably going to retire Connor McDavid's number and Leon Draisaitl's number because they did a number on the Kings again. This is the 4th straight time, Mike. Now, the Lakers, interestingly enough, have been on the other side of that, right, where they've beaten teams like a drum, in consecutive years and things of that nature. I just feel for the Kings because they haven't been beaten like a drum. They've been in pretty much in this series, particularly, they were in every single one of these games. In most of them, they had leads, and they still found themselves on the short end of 4 straight. Granted, the greatness of those guys I just mentioned and others is the reason you're able to come back from those kind of deficits. But to lose in the fashion they lost has to be like you almost like if you get swept, whatever, you lose in 5, whatever. Like you lose in 6. I mean, that one's tough, but to lose in 6 the way they lost with all those leads and relinquishing those leads and losing 4 straight, that has to be brutal, especially when you've lost to that team now for the 4th straight season.
Yeah, and I have a kind of an interesting or just different perspective on the Kings because, I grew up a big hockey fan, of course, as a Minnesotan.
North Stars.
I hockey skates. I busted my front tooth when I was 10 years old on the pond behind my house. And we had the North Stars. They got ripped from us by
Dallas.
Norm Green and moved to Dallas.
So is your front tooth fake?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, half of it is.
It got split in half.
Yeah. So, I grew up in hockey. And then once I got out here, though, and especially once I started working in the NBA, it became very, very difficult to watch much hockey at all because, the Lakers were either playing or I was watching the rest of the league. But over time, the Kings being in the same building, and I got to go to at least a couple games, and so I've watched them from afar. I watched them a little more closely this year because the twins, who are 10 now, have a buddy whose dad used to play there, and so I had a little bit more of a rooting interest and went to a game with him, and so now I'm kind of feeling that pain now, right, from when somebody whose life is actually affected because he still works in the Kings organization. And I know what that's like, too. I know what that's like being on a team and you put a lot into it, even if you're, from my standpoint, from trying to be a journalist for the team, my life is still a lot better when the Lakers win. So it's tough to see a team have the same thing happen. But it does feel, George, like they're going in the right direction, at least, with the young talent that they have, the goalie, even though this was a tough series against that high-powered offense in Edmonton. But it feels like it doesn't seem like this is going to keep happening year after year. It seems like they're going the right way finally.
I agree, but it just still sucks, man.
Sucks.
It's just if they could just avoid Edmonton, I feel like they'd be in really good shape. Although your hated Dallas Stars are pretty damn good
and
too.
Just going up to losing, it's one thing, George, when you drop game one, the Lakers dropped game one. I still think there was a lot of belief that they would come back, but that's a big alarm bell, right, for what happened the rest of the series. The Kings looked great in the first couple games, and then to have it be in succession the way that it comes just four, to have it be 4-2 after all that, gut punch, buddy.
Yeah, it's tough. All right, Linz, let's save Insider Outsider for the next segment. Let's do that.
Okay.
Mike, what do you make of Giannis walking around New York City? Everybody's freaking out. It was like, oh, my God, he wants to be a Knick. I don't know where he'll end up, but we were talking about this the other day when Michael was in studio with Mason in Ireland. And I said I think he'd be dumb not to go play with Wemby and play with the Spurs.
Well, this is a tricky one because the first thing that has to happen is that Giannis is going to have to signal to the Bucks,
sure.
right, that he's open to it and wants to, and he may not.
He's flirted with this idea before, so it's not foreign.
He has, but so this is the trick though. So and Lindsay can speak to this one, but remember when Donovan Mitchell, the whole thing with Utah started, and you started hearing reports Donovan's thinking about but he would never say it himself. Right, yeah. So he had to have people sort of say it for him, and then eventually Cleveland is the team that puts Lauri Markkanen and all of the picks and everything else, and clearly that's worked out great for Cleveland in the fact that Mitchell actually then re-signed, which a lot of people up until he didn't think was going to happen, including me. I thought maybe he's there, but when he gets a chance to choose, he's not going to sign the extension. He's going to go to the Knicks, which a lot of people thought was the thing.
You were wrong.
And now he's there, right?
I remember everyone here being like, "Why would he want to stay in Cleveland?"
Yeah.
Well, guess what he did?
Yeah, I mean, Joakim Noah was certainly wondering that, and
that guy smells bad.
I love Joakim. So George, but your question is assuming
have you
that this
smelled
happens.
him up close?
Yes, one time back when I worked at Metro and I had to get sound, he smelled really bad, before a game.
We're gonna put his business
Just
like
saying.
that out in the street like
Stinks.
that. Damn, just because he said Cleveland
He looks like he
sucks?
stinks too.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway.
Seems personal. Okay. George, to play your game though, right? Assuming that is and that ends up being what happens. The Spurs are one of the teams that have a bunch of draft assets, if that's what Milwaukee's trying to do. Here's the problem though. Milwaukee doesn't control any of their picks for 5 years. So it doesn't make a ton of sense for them to make a tank type of trade and and accept just the 4 first rounders and 3 swaps and just salary filler. They seem like if they're going to move him, they're going to want the Godfather package where it's a really good young player and a vet that can play and picks. And I don't think that the Spurs have that. So and not that many teams do. So that's why this gets a little more complicated. Maybe Houston does, but the Spurs, I don't know what vets that they put in that are appealing for the Bucks to not stink for the next couple of years when all their picks are going to Phoenix and in a couple of other places.
Look, if I'm San Antonio, I'm sending them Stephon Castle, Vassell, and Johnson to fill the salary, and then whatever picks is necessary. And then all of a sudden you have Wemby, Fox, and Giannis. It's a hell of a three to start with.
I get why San Antonio would do that, but if I'm Milwaukee, I'm not that excited. I get Stephon Castle won Rookie of the Year, but I don't see him as a multi-time All-Star, right? It's not that if Houston calls and says,
but
it
depends on what
Thompson
they want.
in it, that's different.
If Houston, well, I don't think Houston's giving up a man.
But that's what I'm saying. If I'm Milwaukee, though, I'm like, what am I doing the next 5 years with Stephon Castle, and they don't even have any other young players there, right? Like Brook Lopez's contract for another year.
I think Stephon Castle's better than you think.
He's good, but he's not the guy that's the centerpiece of a trade for Giannis, which is like the biggest free agent. Or not free agent, the biggest guy that's on a team to be traded, other than Luka Doncic, which just happened. And the return there was Anthony Davis, like an actual top 10
Right,
NBA
but Milwaukee
player.
may not want to. They may want to just hit the reset button.
No, they can't though. That's what I just said. They can't because they don't control their draft until like the 20,
so they're going to want to
2030.
compete. I don't know, man, and just be like a play-in team at best. I don't know.
That's the thing, dude. Because what you don't want is to have another team control your draft when you're tanking and then give up the number 1 pick.
No, I know. Hold on. Let me see when they have picks back.
Like I'm telling you, they don't have control. It's either a swap or outright because they in the trade to get Drew Holiday and then to get Dame. So like either Portland or some combination of New Orleans or whoever New Orleans flip their picks to.
So New Orleans has their 26, right? 27. New Orleans will receive the more favorable if it's 27 first. So they have a swap, right? Portland swap in 28. 29, they don't have one. Yeah. It's bad.
Saying literally, like they don't have
30,
control
right?
of their
They don't
draft.
control until the 2031.
Yeah, man. So that's the thing. Like if you, it's very like we.
But that's why they'd also want. What you want is NBA players and then a bunch of picks.
Yeah, but like actual good NBA players plus picks, which most franchises don't have. You either have a lot of picks, and you're like, well, I'm trading for this guy. I can't
unless
give up
you're
all my young
Oklahoma
guys.
City.
Yeah, I mean, but then it's like, well, OKC, they are certainly better equipped to make a trade
Like I
than
would,
anybody.
Chet Holmgren for Giannis. Like there's your young centerpiece.
Now we're talking a little, but like then you got to throw in several other guys. But then now we're talking
to make the salaries work. For sure.
because I love Chet. Like Chet to me is a future multiple time All-Star.
Agreed.
Yeah, so that's what I need. Like but that's just the starting point. But it goes back to like. Some of these teams that did the all-in for the future trades, and like the Lakers did it, and it worked out great. Like they won a title, and then they traded Anthony Davis, which was of course the player they gave up everything for, and they got Luka Doncic back for it. So that is a ridiculous return, and they now have paid off almost all of the draft capital that came from that. So that's all they've now paid off. Like this year, that pick that Atlanta will make. Is I think the last pick that came from New Orleans in that Dyson Daniels, let's see, DeJounte Murray, right, goes to New Orleans,
and Brandon Ingram isn't even there.
Yeah, so like that's a great example of it. But what we haven't seen, George, is some of these other teams that went all in and gave like Phoenix, for example, and gave all their swaps and all their future picks. We haven't really seen that kill a team yet or hold them hostage, but I think we're about to.
Yeah, and it's either going to be Phoenix or Milwaukee that it happens to.
Yeah. So it's a tough sled in there.
Yeah. All right. Coming up next, we'll do Insider Outsider. Lindsay's got questions for all of us. The ball knowers, I believe she called us. Me, you, and DeAndre. So we'll do that.
Ball knowers.
We'll do that next.
Looking for all things black and gold? Tap into LAFC Plus, hosted by Dave Denholm and Mario Ruiz.
This is LAFC Plus. He's Mario Ruiz. I'm Dave Denholm.
React to the latest match. Get ready for the upcoming game. Get exclusive interviews. Plus, a look around the rest of the MLS.
This is what LA is about. Not just being in the big games, but also winning.
New episodes of LAFC Plus drop weekly. Available everywhere you get your podcasts and on the ESPN LA app.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Hey, it's Mace. Mother's Day almost here. I've been thinking about my mom. She is the best. My mom has built a life with not stepdad Leo. She's working at the middle school in Palm Desert. She is active. She is happy. She is forever young. And this year, I'm sending happy flowers for a happy Mother's Day from the Bouquets Company. That's short for bouquets. I got you 25% off your order. Bouquets aren't just any flowers. Their flowers are cut fresh from the best farms, so they're bigger, brighter, and last way longer. Some even grow on the side of a volcano. You can even wow mom with a Bouquets Flowers subscription. She'll get fresh blooms on repeat. It's easy. I pick my bouquet and delivery date, and I'm already done. And with 25% off, why stop with mom? Grab some for your wife, your aunt, your grandma, too. Look, guys, you can't forget Mother's Day is May 11th. Order your Bouquets now. Go to Bouquets.com. Use promo code ESPN for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN. Bouquets. Promo code ESPN.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. A jacuzzi bath system fits in your existing tub space. It's a no-mess installation with an amazing style selection, factory-certified installers, and a limited lifetime warranty. Call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599 right now and get 50% off installation with no interest and no payments for 12 months. Replace that old bathtub today with a walk-in shower for a safer bathing experience. If you have lived in your home for over 15 years, it's time to remodel your bathroom. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599. 800-717-4599.
This is Sedano and Kap on 710.
I'm a cocky son of a like, there's no question about that.
Sedano and Kap continues right now.
Holla back, girl.
Yeah, now, look, you're just baiting me now. Like, because this song, I get why it was a hit. Okay, super catchy and all that, but not nearly as good as several other Gwen Stefani songs. This one, to me. But I get why it was a hit. It's poppy. Everyone can, it comes on and everyone can kind of have the collective experience. It's got that the one, recognizable chorus that everybody can do, but not the best song.
So 8 weeks at number one, 4 of them consecutive. Apparently bounced in and out a couple of times at number one. But yeah, it incredibly catchy is what sells, Trudell.
Yeah, and then there's
you don't speak for the rest of America, Trudell.
Well, no, but clearly not. But
you're like, I don't get it. It's not a best song.
But wouldn't you say like that's what? And I am not one, but that's what people that really know music are for. To be like, well,
sure, but there's a difference between knowing music and what's good and like what's gonna sell.
I'm not arguing. No one's debating that Ricky Martin's hit and this Gwen Stefani song, that one would sell. I get it. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Do you?
By
put
the way,
that in your
speaking of
top
which,
20, Lindsay?
I did more research on Livin' La Vida Loca, which we talked about earlier.
Super deep dive.
Let's get another half hour out of that.
It was in the top 10 within 3 weeks, which is pretty rare in regards to how quickly a song. For example, Holla Back Girl debuted at number 82.
And then it gained steam as more and more people got the chorus. Okay.
Yeah. What is your favorite Gwen Stefani song?
Well, I mean, I would go back to like the No Doubt songs.
No, you can't do that. You got to go look at her solo career because No Doubt's a completely different animal.
That's true.
Right.
She's just the lead singer of the.
I love No Doubt. Tragic Kingdom is one of the best albums. Love that.
Yeah. You know what I like? I like the song "What Are You Waiting For." That's her solo, right?
Yeah. I like It's My Life. I like that song, even though it's a remake.
What Are You Waiting For? I'm just going through. Oh yeah, It's My Life. Yeah, actually, I think I like Just a Girl more than I like Holla Back Girl.
Now that song kind of put her on the map.
That's No Doubt though.
Right.
That is No Doubt. Yeah, my
career.
bad. Yeah. So I think so. What was my first answer? Was what? Yeah, What Are You Waiting For? I like that one. That one's got a good beat to it. Yeah, I can put that on like working out or whatever. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, are we doing the insiders?
Yeah.
Or whatever now?
Inside, outside.
Lindsay, go. Ooh, yeah.
Ball knowers.
DeAndre clipped that already.
Mount up.
Good job, DeAndre. Let me hear that one
Ball
more time.
knowers.
All right, so my first question.
Ball knowers.
Using that forever. So the Knicks, obviously, like tough luck for the Pistons.
Oh my God! I can't believe the Pistons lost that
Tough
game.
break again.
Great series.
Oh.
I mean, or you could say that Jalen Brunson won it, but either way, the Knicks they were tested big time against the Pistons, a lot more than I think people thought they would. So do you think that they have enough to compete with the Celtics?
No.
Like, not even like this is going to be a sweep? Big
No,
time
it's not going to be a sweep.
Gentlemen
I mean,
sweep?
they'll win a game or two.
Oh, wow.
I hate to say it because I would love nothing more than the Knicks to really push the Celtics or even beat them, but I can't see it now.
No way.
Like, I think had they evolved some to not just run everything through Jalen Brunson, who is awesome, who was awesome in the fourth quarter, but like that's just not going to work against the Celtics. So like they would have had to diversify their offense more, a lot more pick and pop for Cat, a lot more stuff for Mikal Bridges. But they also don't play anybody off the bench. I can't see it. I think Boston, if healthy, they were banged up in round one. I think Boston is just much better.
Their answer was playing Miles McBride, who's okay. Like, he's a nice player off the bench, but not enough.
No.
Here's the thing. Boston was also in a rock fight against the number 2 defense in the sport, and now they're facing a team that I believe was like 20th in defense this year. They are going to go through the Knicks like Swiss cheese. Okay,
in the way, dude, George,
Hot knife through butter.
Just think about how many they're going to call Cat up into everything, and then they're going to call Brunson up into everything. Like the Lakers did this twice to the Knicks, right? Like the Boston is perfectly equipped to be able to go after them. So I worry for the Knicks in this one, and not a lot of bing bang bong coming up. As much as I would love to see them find a way to beat the Celtics' ass, I don't think it's going to happen.
All right. James Harden. James Harden showed up big time in Game 6 for the Clippers. Can he do it again?
Trudell's
for
guy,
Game 7
James Harden.
in Denver. Can he do it again?
I mean,
he's had a couple clunkers.
History says no.
Exactly.
But
Is this
I
year
have
different?
faith. I have faith. He's never had Kawhi Leonard next to him, so I will. I look, and this thing has been literally a coin flip the whole way. So like. I mean, whoever wins, nobody's going to be surprised by it. I hope the Clippers win. They've only won one Game 7 in their franchise's history. Hopefully for them, it's 2.
I was going to say the literal exact same thing as George just answered.
Literally.
And, yeah, like history has told us that Harden usually wears down as a playoff series goes on. And, George, since you're a ball knower, what do you think Harden's average minutes per game is this series?
This series?
This series.
37.
40.2.
Wow.
Okay, it's too much. Now, he did go for 28, but he needed 20 shots to get there. The previous couple games before that, 11 points and 15 points.
Well, did you see the last play they tried to run where he was getting trapped and Tyloo literally ran to midcourt? It's like, timeout!
Yeah. So,
I'm not letting him turn the ball over.
Yeah, I think these teams, it's true. They're definitely pretty evenly matched, but I think you give the edge to Denver at home. Even though they lost Game 7 last year to Minnesota at home. But I think, like, Jokic is what as good of a job as Zubac has done on him.
Oh, my God. Your boy. Your
He's
former
been-
son,
he's been
Big
good on
Zoo,
him. But-
did as good a job as anyone could do one-on-one on Jokic.
And Jokic
yesterday.
is still getting like 30, 15, and
I
12,
mean, but
you know what I
still,
mean?
dude, like, give Big Zoo his love. You know what? You've disowned your son,
No,
Big Zoo.
I'm disowned. But I had a T-shirt with Zubac.
You put him up for adoption. That's
with
what you
with
did.
the Tupac headband over his head. My guy, my young Croatian.
You guys, you put him up for adoption, and you know what? The Clippers took him in, and now he's flourished.
No, he's been great. But I think Denver wins Game 7. Regardless, I don't know that it matters because I think OKC has had a week to rest, just
they're gonna
waiting
be
for
forever.
either one of these teams in this slugfest.
But is that a good thing or a bad thing? You know, the whole rest versus rust. But since they are a young, inexperienced playoff team.
Wait, we also thought rest versus rust too when they had a week off and they played Memphis, who was coming off the play-in and beat the snot out of Dallas, and then they lost by 51 or whatever it was.
The rest versus rust debate. DeAndre, let me hit the ball now real quick.
Ball knowers.
The rest versus rust, okay? You always take rest. It may cost you a little rust in Game 1, but you always take rest, and
No
OKC will be fully ready to roll in this one, I think, coming up. But I'm excited for the game.
Yeah.
I think I
I
got
am
Denver winning,
selfishly rooting for the Clippers, too, because that means I will get a home game at some point in the second round. So there's that.
Yeah, I don't love rooting for either one of these teams, but in this case, I think I'll probably go for Denver winning Game 7.
Shocking that you would go for Denver.
I don't know why I feel like Russell Westbrook. I was watching the game the other night.
Yo, he blew another layup down the stretch.
He blew like two layups down the stretch.
That's part of Russ. That's part of Russ.
It's like you live by the Russ, you die by the Russ.
Russ will smoke the occasional layup.
DeAndre's got one. He's got the last one.
All right, so we know that the Warriors and Rockets are playing tonight in Game 6.
Yes, sir.
My question, what was that?
I think we were both
He
just
said
confirming,
you.
like,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
excited
Oh,
about
yeah.
it. Yeah.
So my question to you guys is, do the Warriors close it out tonight against the Houston Rockets, or the Rockets will force a Game 7?
Nah, the Warriors are ready to win this series. I feel like they realized early on, hey, we got punched in the mouth. These guys, look, Houston has been in every one of these games, okay, even the ones that they've lost. So could Houston win? Sure. But I think push comes to shove, this will replicate more like what we saw in Game 4 in this series, where, Jimmy Butler just knows what to do at the end of games, and Steph can play off of him in those scenarios.
Ball knowers.
And yes, exactly. And I just think that they close them out tonight. But I think it will be a real game for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the difference in this series, so there are some similarities in this series to the Lakers and Wolves series, right? Except that nobody on Golden State, none of their 3 stars, got sick before Game 3, and they were able to push it to 2-1 and kind of, carry that momentum back. And then, of course, they win Game 5 at home, and here we are. Game 4 at home, and then they lose Game 5, so here they are back for Game 6. I think that they better win and will win. And the fact that they played, Steph was like 23 minutes, I think, and Draymond was about 21. Jimmy, I think, was 25. They went into that game, I think, just not expecting to be able to match Houston's physicality, and they didn't. They got their butts kicked. They knew what was going to happen, and they're all in for this Game 6, and I'm not going to bet against Steph, Jimmy, Draymond in a must-win game. They're treating it like Game 7. The last thing they want to do is go on the road to go back to Houston with all those athletes. But like George acknowledged, Houston is big and strong and tough enough where, I wouldn't be shocked if they found a way to win.
Ball knowers.
Yeah, pick and Golden State.
All right. There it is, inside, outsider, ball knowers.
Yeah, that was a great segment. Can you do that when Cappy gets back?
See, the only thing is, though, he's not a
ball knowers.
He would be the outsider.
Yeah, he would have to do it when you're in here with him because otherwise it's
He's the outsider.
It's just
when
George.
we do that segment with Cappy, he's the outsider. He's the
Yes.
one asking the questions.
Mm-hmm.
Could he do maybe? You know what? Next time I'm in, we'll have him do a Cappy Lappy around the
Please
arena.
no.
Wow. No, I'm saying George and I will do the ball knower segment, and then we'll just literally kick Cappy out of the studio, and he can do a lap.
Oh, okay. That's a
around
good
the
idea.
arena.
That's a
Yes.
good idea.
Right.
Yeah.
Very good
Right.
idea.
He can get
You
there
can go in
early.
the back,
Cappy Lappy.
talk to all like the
Cappy Lappy.
MCs.
George,
Yeah.
And then he can,
do the Cappy
Yeah,
Lappy. Can you play the audio with it? With the Laffy Taffy track?
Oh, yeah, we've done it before.
I know. I like when you do it, though, George.
We do have a promo running
Oh, that Cappy
about
Lappy.
it.
The Cappy Lappy.
It caught on very
the
quickly.
Cappy Lappy. Hey, real quick, we're going to do Radio Tinder in a second. But first, parents, have you heard me talk about my friends over at Children's Dental Fun Zone? Of course, and for good reason. Look, choosing a dental office for your kid is a big decision, and Children's Dental Fun Zone, man, they make it easy. Over 23 years of experience in pediatric dentistry and orthodontics, Children's Dental Fun Zone combines cutting-edge technology with the warm, personalized care your kids deserve. And here's the thing. Your kids are going to walk into any of those 17 locations, soon to be more, by the way, and they're going to be like, Mom, Dad, where did you bring me? This place looks like a cartoon movie. Like, this place is awesome. By the way, still also preventative care and routine care, orthodontic planning, and CDF Zone has it all. Children's Dental Fun Zone open 7 days a week with flexible scheduling options. They also accept walk-ins and emergencies because you never know when something's going to happen. Children's Dental Fun Zone offers movies for the kids, iPads for the kids, and toys for the kids in the waiting area for your kids to play with. They accept Medi-Cal, PPO, and HMO insurance plans for the parents. I'm telling you, your kids are going to go to Children's Dental Fun Zone, and they're going to go, Mom, Dad, when are we coming back to the dentist? Words you never thought you'd hear. So they've got hassle-free online booking, 17 locations across the Southland, 3 more opening soon in the IE. So they got you covered in L.A. County. They got you covered in the OC. And they got you covered in the IE with more locations to come in the IE. So you ready to book? Head to the website, cdfzone.com. That's cdfzone.com, or give them a call at 833-586-7898. That's 833-586-7898. Children's Dental Fun Zone, where we treat your kids as our own.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah, tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement, and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256, or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
Hey, it's Mace. Looking for some fun? Dive into Chumba Casino, your ultimate destination for free, fun-to-play social casino games. Play slots, bingo, and more whenever and wherever you want. With new games dropping every week, there's always something fresh. Lounge on the sofa or play on the go. Play now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Delaware, Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
At Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, every Subaru is designed to take you further while protecting what matters most. Like the new 2024 Subaru Solterra EV with 0% financing, or a new 2025 Subaru Outback with 3.9% financing. Ocean Subaru, where every journey leads to something greater.
With approved credit through Subaru Motors Finance, not all buyers or vehicles will qualify. Plus tax, tag, title, and dock fee. Zero security deposit. See dealer for complete details. Expires 5/13/2025.
Los Angeles, game day is here. Whether you're watching courtside or couchside, fuel up with the fire-grilled flavor of El Pollo Loco. Their famous fire-grilled chicken marinated in citrus and spices, cooked over an open flame. It's the perfect play for your taste buds. From their fan-favorite chicken tostadas to fire-grilled family meals that feed your whole squad, El Pollo Loco has you covered. Get in the game with El Pollo Loco, because great flavor is always a slam dunk. El Pollo Loco. Order today at elpolloloco.com.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield, and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Sedano and Kap for your afternoon drive.
Take a look at me. I feel like your fat is less visceral.
Oh, really?
The LA Afternoon Takeover rolls on right now.
What the Rock is cooking. The Rock says, The Rock
banger. You a fan of wrestling at all, Mike?
I can't say. I mean, I understand this is The Rock because he's saying so, but I can't say that I would have, recognized the music. So no, I haven't watched wrestling in a long time.
Really? You haven't heard this theme song?
I mean.
What about John Cena's? You'd know his, right?
I don't think so. Like I said, I haven't really watched.
Really? You wouldn't know John Cena's? That's unbelievable. I don't believe that.
So.
I don't believe it.
So.
Yeah, you definitely know John Cena's theme. If I play it for you, you'll be like, okay.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. Like the music, I will
play it
heard
because I don't hear it's in
some
it's in
context.
here already.
But yeah, I haven't really watched wrestling much. George, you watch wrestling?
Not much anymore.
Yeah.
Like I watched maybe a couple years ago when The Rock kind of first came back. Like but like I love him. But yeah, I wouldn't know John Cena. Oh, I do know
yes,
it.
You would.
Yeah. I do.
Greatest wrestler entrance song ever.
No.
Yes, it is. Yes,
no
it is.
way.
You don't know this, Mike?
Is that a Jay-Z beat?
No. It's a Jim Johnson original.
It sounds
it is not the
best. It sounds like a Jay-Z beat, to be honest. But no, I didn't.
You can't see me. Do you know this?
No, I'm telling you. No.
You're not familiar with that?
I'm telling you.
What is wrong with you?
Okay, even I know that.
Wrestling.
Where's Ricky Martin?
I've
now John Cena?
I feel like I've seen athletes do that. I guess probably.
And you never wondered what it was, or like no one ever said anything. You were just like, "What is that?" That's just a thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty wrestling ignorant.
Oh my goodness!
I gotta be honest. Sorry, guys.
Like all time wrestling ignorant, or just ignorant?
No,
or just
I mean I didn't even watch it that much as a kid. Like I knew Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior and stuff, But like, and I played. I had at one point for let's see, which system would it have been? Nintendo 64. I had one of the wrestling games. It was pretty good. Like Goldberg was in it. That one was pretty fun. I played that a little bit.
Best entrance
but never really
song
watched much.
Is by far the best entrance for anyone is by far Stone Cold Steve Austin. Okay, I would say the Undertaker's in that conversation. I think Chris Jericho is in that conversation, especially his first ever appearance in WWE. Randy Savage, The Rock, probably Hulk Hogan. Like, all those, to me, are in the conversation.
I mean, Michael used to talk about wrestling all the time, so, like, that was really the extent of my knowledge of it. Hulk Hogan came in studio one time with me and Michael. Michael was very excited, but
probably not anymore.
Well, yeah, things
He's a bad guy now.
Took a turn, huh?
You know about that, but you don't know You Can't See Me. Unbelievable.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie and pretend pretend like I do.
Good, I appreciate you telling the truth there.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask you guys a couple Radio Tinder questions really quick here. So tomorrow is the 151st Kentucky Derby. Journalism enters the event as the favorite. Yes, that's the horse's name.
Oh, yeah, Cappy was talking about this horse, right?
Yes. So, that reminds me.
The horse.
Do you guys ever partake in wagering on the Derby? And have you ever gone to a Kentucky Derby party?
I have not been to a Kentucky Derby party. I have wagered on the Derby plenty of times.
You ever won?
The TVG app. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty easy. You just do it on your phone.
But I mean, have you won though? Have you won any like decent money?
I've won, but I don't. But only
trifecta.
because. So I have a buddy not named Cappy who's super into horses, who literally lives in Kentucky. Okay, and I always ask
the
him
horse
on like in the Triple Crown. I'll always ask him like, who do you like? What, and then he'll give me some bets and I'll play them. And I've won a few times with his bets. Yeah.
How about you, Trudell?
I'm trying to think if I've ever bet on a horse race. I think I went with buddies one time years ago when maybe it was Hollywood Park Casino is there Hollywood Park like racetrack?
They used to have a racetrack there.
Yeah, they used to have a racetrack.
Yeah, I think I may have gone one time and so then put $20 on this on horse X or Y. But no, I've never been on the Derby and I've never been. A good friend of mine is from
I would love
Louisville.
to go.
And she would invite all of us every year after college for a while. She'd be like, "Oh, you guys gotta come out." And then
and you never did? Oh, you're crazy.
Yeah, well, no, I've never been, and I honestly have never felt it. This is two things in a row now: wrestling and horse racing, where you just got me caught out.
You don't have a whole lot of conviction.
And this is one of the few years I'm not actually working on the day of the Kentucky Derby. So like I could have actually gone, but I would not have known that I wasn't going to work this week.
I am a proponent of journalism, so maybe I'll throw $20 on journalism.
Yeah, but
there you go.
But I feel like the favorite hasn't like won all that much lately. Am I wrong? Because I feel like I always remember like the name everyone talks about, like, oh, so and so is going to win, and it ends up. I feel like a long shot recently won. And no one's done like the Triple Crown in how long, right?
We should ask Pepe because I'm more of a ball knower than a horse knower.
Ball knowers.
Well, I know why Pepe would know.
Because
DeAndre.
Ball knowers.
No, why would Pepe know?
The horse.
Yeah, the horse.
good old Pepe. All right, so last one here. Several large brand name snack companies have said that their sales have been affected by shoppers buying fewer snack products lately. They said the broad shift towards healthier eating habits, along with economic trends, is changing how and what people snack on. So a recent consumer study shows that 37% of people said their impulse purchases at the grocery store were down, and 17% said that they were buying fewer premium or indulgent snacks, such as candy bars. Do you guys find yourself buying less snacks lately?
Hell no.
Really?
Constant
no, man,
snack
I got
purchase.
Kids. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
No.
We can hide behind our kids as well, but like if I'm in any one of the 4 grocery stores that I go to on a weekly basis, so you know my wife certainly carries the larger load there. I cannot keep myself like if I manage to not take something from the ice cream aisle and then I hit the candy aisle, like I can't pass up on something twice. You know.
What's your go-to snack?
I mean, dude, I have a long list, but like
Number one
on the go-to snack list. Well, so Mountain Dew is kind of like, that's not a snack, but that's the number one thing that I'm going to get if I see it.
Okay.
'Cause that's kind of like the thing that I like to drink the most, just tastes the best. In terms of snacks, I really love just a classic bag of Cool Ranch chips. I love Gardettos. I don't know if you guys have ever tried
great.
those. Those are great.
Love those.
Always have to have fruit snacks for the boys. Always have to have the popcorn or the butter lovers popcorn.
Oh, I like that kind too.
Yep. George, you want to get in here with some snacks that you like?
Anything Trader Joe's, I feel like, is pretty damn good. Like they
Like
kind of
that trail
corner the
that
snack market.
yeah, the Trader Joe's mix that they don't have anymore. Remember you always talked about that, and you said that
the chips.
Yes.
Yeah, the summer chips. Unfortunately, because the
the
warehouse
factory
that makes
burned
it
down. Yeah.
Yeah, but they have in the holidays they have Jingle Jangle. That stuff is good. Yeah, in a tin. And then they just got a ton of stuff. They got peanut butter, pretzels, bites, and I love their dark chocolate almonds, as you know. They got a lot of stuff at Trader Joe's. That's like a snack spot, I feel like.
My favorite is the Justin's brand peanut butter cups, the dark chocolate ones.
Oh, those are good.
Oh, they have those.
I'd rather go with the protein peanut butter cup.
They have those on the Lakers plane. Yeah, a lot
Those
of
are
times.
good.
Yeah,
Delicious.
sometimes grab
DeAndre, what about you? What's your go-to snack?
Gotta have Gatorade. Gatorade at all times. I love me some Gatorade.
Yeah, Gatorade for sure.
As far as a snack, I like Doritos too. Doritos are a go-to.
Yeah, what's your favorite flavor, DeAndre?
You know what I like? If I'm going chips, I like onion flavored the Hawaii chips, the Hawaiian chips, the purple bag.
Oh, those are fire. Oh yeah, I know
I'm
exactly
not
what you're
familiar.
talking about. Those are
I know
fire.
what you're talking about. I like the orange bag, like the kind of the barbecue, little spicy.
Oh, the
one.
barbecue's delicious too.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong, but yeah.
I'm big on trail mix too. I love trail mixes. Yeah, they're good.
Feel trail mix. I feel you on
Not
that.
a trail mix guy.
Not a trail mix guy.
I mean, sometimes with the trail mix, it's like you've got, it typically will have an M&M in there.
Oh, yeah.
And
those
then
are
I
the
feel
ones.
like, I mean, it's great. It does make the mix better.
But then I want more M&Ms.
I take them out.
No, but that's the issue, though, is because if I have a trail mix without the M&Ms, then I feel like, oh, this is a healthier snack. But if the M&Ms are in there and it does taste better, then I feel
you're
like,
you might as well just have the bag
exactly.
of
Then I
M&Ms.
may just have some candy.
1,000% with you on that.
Which I want to have. So that's a little complicated, but I do respect it.
It is a totally different decision.
Yeah.
To have the candy than it is because the trail mix here that we have in the lobby there has M&Ms and I always take them out because I'm like, I'm eating this when I want a healthy snack. If I'm gonna eat the candy, I'm gonna eat the candy.
Yeah, I'm like you, Lindsay, in that way. Yeah, that's it's like it's a game that we play with ourselves.
Yes,
right,
100%.
Yeah, exactly.
We're both candy addicts.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
That's it for Radio Tinder.
Thought about getting some
All right.
snakes back there.
That is Radio Tinder. Coming up next, we're gonna talk some Dodgers with our guy Blake. All right, Blake Harris is going to stop by. We haven't had him on in forever. I feel just the Lakers, Luca. Luca kind of changed the math a little bit. So
hell yeah,
we've been talking a little Dodgers, but not as much as we normally do. But we're getting back. We're back, baby. All right, Blake Harris is going to stop by because the Dodgers just added some relievers. So we'll get into all the pitching situation with Blake. Stick around, 710 ESPN. But first, Linz, are you going to tell people about Cappy's home away from home?
Sure will. East Central is a contemporary hotel with an authentic LA vibe located in the heart of downtown Los Angeles, across from LA Live, Crypto.com Arena, Microsoft Theater, and the LA Convention Center. The East Central Hotel is perfectly situated to accommodate travelers who want to experience all that LA has to offer, even Cappy, his home away from home. Imagine modern convenience with a front row seat to the world of sports and entertainment. Whether you're coming downtown to see a concert, show, event, or game, East Central provides entertainment to travelers and the local Angelinos, the best place to stay in the city. The spacious rooms are the biggest in LA, and don't forget to check out their brand new gym. Plus, they also have the rooftop patio lounge, Nixo. Wait until you experience Nixo. It's awesome. It's the perfect spot to get dinner and drinks before the game or concert, and the best spot to wait out the LA traffic after a game. Book your next stay at eastcentralhotel.com or give them a call at 213-748-1291. East Central, located in downtown Los Angeles, Entertainment's official address.
Looking for all things black and gold? Tap into LAFC Plus, hosted by Dave Denholm and Mario Ruiz.
This is LAFC Plus. He's Mario Reeves. I'm Dave Denholm.
React to the latest match. Get ready for the upcoming game. Get exclusive interviews. Plus, a look around the rest of the MLS.
This is what LA is about. Not just being in the big games, but also winning.
New episodes of LAFC Plus drop weekly. Available everywhere you get your podcasts and on the ESPN LA app.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Hey guys, you feel it? Days are getting longer, sun is getting warmer. Looks like our SoCal summer is right around the corner. Here in California, we are all about choosing chill. From hitting the beach to the best hiking trails to going all out to support our teams. One thing really all ties it together, and that's enjoying it all with good friends and a cold Coors Light. Pick up Coors Light near you or get it delivered to your door today. Visit CAChooseChill.com to learn more. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
This is Sedano and Kap on 710. Yeah. Sedano and Kap continues.
Not really.
Right now.
Love this song by Whitney. Now, it's not her birthday, is it? No? So when does this song come out? 1987.
No.
Yeah.
I was going to guess 88.
I've got no notes on this song. This is a great jam.
So you have nothing negative to say about this
not
one?
at all. It's
Okay,
a great
good.
song.
Good.
Love this song.
Glad we're all on the same page.
You hear this song, you can't help but move a little bit, at least.
Yeah.
know? You got to move. George, you're moving a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm moving a little bit. DeAndre. Yeah, I mean, she's got the voice, like the beats there. Yeah, it
Very
builds,
80s.
It builds.
Yeah.
You get that. Yeah, no, this is a jam right here.
Okay. So
This
no
is
Living La
different-
Vida Loca. You
different
weren't
class.
into Holla Back Girl as much.
No, but this is a real song, though.
But okay, Whitney. I got it. All right. All
For
good.
sure.
No problem.
Yeah, full endorsement from me.
Have you been on when Blake Harris has been on?
Yeah, unfortunately not. but I'm
Oh,
excited
well,
to
now,
be.
now you will be.
Balake to you.
Yeah, Balake, as Cappy likes to call him. Subscribe to the man's Substack. He's doing the Lord's work there when it comes to covering your Los Angeles Dodgers. Don't be cheap like Cappy and subscribe to it. I subscribe to it. Lindsay subscribes to it. And, of course, on Twitter, Blake H. Harris. So 2 H's, double H. All right, double H, tell me about these relievers.
Boy, I don't want Dodgers fans to get too attached to these two guys because they could be off the roster within a week or two. These two relievers the Dodgers picked up yesterday, this is strictly for some depth. They got 19 games in the next 20 days, so there's going to be a lot of bullpen games, a lot of minor leaguers coming out to get some spot starts. I know Dodgers fans, they absolutely love these bullpen games. They love when guys like Bobby Miller and Landon Knack have to come up, go 2 or 3 innings, and allow 5 or 6 runs. So these relievers, they're going to be needed for that, but I don't expect them to be on the team past June 1st, if I were to guess.
Yeah, so the Dodgers are so dominant right now. Like, obviously, they won 5 in a row. We all know the talent, et cetera. The only thing that I've noticed a little bit different from last year is the run differential is not as high early. And again, I don't think this matters at all. Ultimately, they'll be fine. But is there anything that you've seen there where the Dodgers are winning more close games and they don't have quite as many blowouts? I think it's plus 35 right now, right, which is actually 4th in the NL. Despite them having the same amount of wins as the Mets, for example.
Yeah, no, that's kind of a really weird thing. If you would have thought entering the season that the Dodgers would be like number 1 in run differential, you thought they'd be blowing teams out of the water day by day, but they haven't necessarily been doing that. This past week, it was really good offensively. They were having a really good week, but prior to this, yeah, the offense, they just haven't necessarily been what a lot of people were expecting. There were none of these 12-3 games. A lot of them, they were winning still, but they were winning 5-3, 6-4, stuff like that. So I think it's baseball. It's one of the weird things where it's such a large season. You have such a big sample size at the end of the year. It might look a little bit weird right now, but like you said, Mike, you might be looking back in August or September going, their differential's now plus 300.
Yeah, they're plus
Maybe
500 or whatever. Yeah, the bottom of the lineup starts hitting like we think it will, yeah.
Right, they're setting some record, and then we'll be like, throwback to when we saw there was a plus 35, and we were questioning that. But, yeah, it is a little bit surprising, though, this early on, that they haven't necessarily looked as dominant as I think we were expecting.
Speaking of surprises, anything surprise you about the starting pitching? Is there anything that's caught your attention in one way, shape, or form anyway?
I think my biggest surprise, George, is the fact that we literally just turned to May, and I'm already trying to figure out who's going to be starting Game 3 for the Dodgers in the NLDS, if that's going to be a bullpen game, if it's going to be Justin Wrobleski or Landon Knack, because these starting pitchers are dropping like flies for the Dodgers. Yeah. I thought the whole point of the aggressive offseason was so the Dodgers wouldn't have this issue. We wouldn't have to be relying on Tony Gonsolin already. We wouldn't have to be relying on all these rookies that have no experience. Instead, the Dodgers are having to do that after the first month. So the good news is, knock on wood, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, he's pitching like the Cy Young favorite at the moment. Roki Sasaki, he's been kind of up and down, but he's looking really solid as a rookie. I know Clayton Kershaw is going to be back in a couple of weeks, but yeah, with entering the season with 10 starters, it seemed like, it really feels like the Dodgers are really down to only a couple at the moment. And like I said, we just turned the calendar to May. So again, if it's looking like this in September, we can be concerned. Don't really go too worried in May, but it took only 1 month for the entire Strider rotation essentially wiped out. It's a slight bit concerning at the moment.
All right, I have kind of a zoom out baseball question for you here for a second. So growing up, the only things that we really tracked that were, waking up in the 90s and looking at the newspaper were batting average, home runs, RBIs. Is there a favorite, like a first stat that you now look to that's the most important? Like, is it OPS, is it slugging percentage? And I guess you can give me on one side of the ball, but is there one even that's like this year that you're looking at a little bit more than you were 3 years ago when you're covering the game? What's the first thing you click on when you pull up like the Dodgers batting stats to see what's going to tell you the most right now?
Oh, I got a personal favorite, Mike, and I want to know if you've heard of this one because we're talking really, really advanced here. Have you heard of WRC Plus by chance?
No, I mean not to the point where I could explain it. No, so please tell us more.
So long story short, it's this really advanced stat that guys from Harvard probably figured out. If you have a 100 WRC plus, you're a league average hitter. If you're above that, you're great. If you're below it, you're not. And that's the one I like to look at because it's simple, it's basic. It tells you how good of a hitter you are. Like last year, for example, Shohei Ohtani, his was at 170, so he was 70% better than your average hitter. Michael Conforto this year, he was the Dodgers' one of the big signings of the offseason. I believe his entering today was 65. So he's been 35% worse. So that's the one I kind of look at. One that I threw out a couple months ago that I know George and Cappy really loved. You might like this one as well, Mike. It's XWO Bacon.
It smells good.
Everybody likes bacon. Yeah.
With that stat, the one that you're gonna have to text us, or I'll have to look for it. Other than Conforto, like, is there somebody that stat shows is better than the general public might think of a Dodger player?
Yeah, one that really stands out that's surprising is Andy Pages, and this was a guy. A lot of people were calling for him to be sent down to the minors. I might have been one of those many people that was on that train, but his WRC plus as of right now is 150, that's not only all-star caliber level, that's like you receive MVP votes caliber level. So again, it's May 2nd, a lot of season to go, but Andy Pages, the guy that looked like he was potentially going to get sent down, he's having an all-star caliber season, and it's really been remarkable. I don't think he's the guy that, coming into the season, anyone had him as potentially being a top hitter, but he's been the Dodgers' second, arguably third best hitter so far this year. It's been incredible.
Yeah, he's number 23 currently in all of Major League Baseball in WRC+. Aaron Judge leading the way. Shohei Ohtani is number 9, and Teoscar Hernandez is number 11. But, yeah, the third best player in regards to WRC+. For those that don't know what WRC+ means, how would you best describe it in basic English?
100, good. Anything above that, great. Anything below it, bad. That's the easiest way.
Okay.
Is it like weighted runs created plus? That's the okay. So it's So
there you go. Yeah. There you go. My girlfriend, she fully understands it now. She knows. She knows
right.
If I mention
100 is a baseline. Right. Yeah.
There you go. She likes it. She knows now. She knows ball. It's great.
Does Cappy
she's a ball knower?
Ball knowers.
She's a ball knower.
Do you guys think? What do you think
George,
Cappy
George,
could do with it?
I don't know. George, do you do the Immaculate Grid by chance?
Do I do the what?
The Immaculate Grid, that like baseball reference thing every day, where it's a little square combination of all these different baseball things. Have you ever done it?
I have not, but I've heard of it.
I've done it a few times. It's fun to do with my uncles and my brother because we all try to be the first one to get it.
Yeah, they have it for everything. They have it for the NBA too. It's like 9 different squares where they combo.
Yep.
You have to guess players that played on 2 different teams. Have you done it, Mike?
Yeah, so I've done it for basketball for sure. It's fun to do because the trick is you try to think of the harder answer and then your points are higher for it, right? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Spot on. Yeah, I do that with my girlfriend every day. And although I like to consider myself, the baseball expert, there are some days where she takes me down and she beats me with a higher score. I mean, she knows her stuff. She knows her baseball, so it's good to have that in this household.
I love it. And it's good to have you back in the house, Blake Harris. We got to figure out a day that works so we can be consistent with it because I feel like Clapper took your spot on Thursday, so we're going to have to figure something else out. Sorry. Yeah, there he is. Look, the man's laughing at you, Blake. I mean, we can't have that. He's a nice man, but he shouldn't be laughing at you. All right, Harris, let's figure this out. Blake Harris, follow the man's work on his Substack. Subscribe. Don't be a cheapo like Cappy. The Blake Harris Substack. Follow him on Twitter as well. Doing the Lord's work, covering your Dodgers. Blake H. Harris on Twitter. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys. Mike, it was great finally getting to chat with you. And, George, I'm glad you posted that clip of you with Pop. I was watching that interview when it happened all those years back. I remember it's
Oh, we lost him.
Blake, you were complimenting me, which would have given you a lot longer leash.
Yeah. Yeah, George was really going to hold out and see if the technology
to hope your phone
didn't
crap out.
Yeah. So Lindsay was like, I'm over it. You get a compliment for Sedano? Yeah. Dump.
You can see it on my Twitter. It's on my Twitter now. It was 6 years ago, more than 6 years ago now.
Pop knows that you're a ball knower, so he liked you.
DeMar DeRozan's return game when he got traded, when him and Kawhi got traded for each other. So
yeah,
that's the game.
Yeah.
Love Pop. I'm glad he's doing better, and for his sake, I'm glad that he's realized that the coaching grind at his age is not worth it, although he has nothing left to accomplish. He's the all-time winningest coach in NBA history.
I'm glad, thanks to Blake, that now I can flex my WRC plus knowledge on anybody that wants to tell me who's good at baseball or not.
There you go. Look at that. You can ask him what's his WRC plus.
That's right.
And then ask him about their XO bacon.
No, it's low.
later.
He's a bum. He's got a bad WRC plus.
Yeah.
Fool.
All right, we're over the break. Commercial free on the other side. We'll get back to the Lakers, get back to some NBA. A lot of playoff series going on. Stick around. 710 ESPN. Trudell in for Cappy.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station. You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Mother's Day is almost here, and I've been thinking about this all the time, how my mom always took care of me, man. I remember like when I was a kid, like a little kid, I'd forget my lunch. Mom would bring it over to the school. That way I wouldn't go starving the whole day. I mean, you never forget what mom does for you. Abuela too, tia, your wifey, who does all sorts of stuff for you. And I'm sure your sister probably did plenty for you too when you were growing up. So my mom did everything to make me happy. I'm returning the favor. I'm sending her happy flowers for Happy Mother's Day from the Books Company. Short for bouquets. We're hooking you up. 25% off your order. All you got to do is use the promo code ESPN so you can send some happy flowers too. Bouquets aren't just any flowers. Their flowers are cut fresh from the best farms, so they're bigger, brighter, and they last way longer. Some even grow on the side of a freaking volcano. Wow mom with a bright, happy bouquet, or go to Bouquets flower subscription so she gets her fresh blooms on repeat. Look, guys, you can't forget mom. Mother's Day is May 11th, so order your Bouquets now. Go to Bouquets.com. That's BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN. Bouquets. Promo code ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
This is the city, Los Angeles, California. It's 5 p.m. in the Southland.
Turn it up, man.
Time to blow that 5 o'clock whistle with Sedano and Cappy.
That's right, it's the 5 o'clock hour on Sedano and Kap. And it's time for 30 minutes non-stop.
Sedano and Cap on 710 ESPN.
With fun and frivolity, tomfoolery and hijinks, and Cappy doing his thing, thanks to our friends at Real Father's Rights. Real Father's Rights, the father's rights attorney.
Visit rfr710.com or call 833-ESPN-710.
Let's do it, 5 o'clock in the Southland.
30 minutes of non-stop Sedano and Cap starts now.
You ready for this?
And time for the Real Father's Rights 5 o'clock hour on 710 ESPN. Let's do it, Jack!
Oh, my gosh.
Well, Sedano's apparently no longer here, but it is Sedano and Cap.
Oh, he's here.
Oh, okay. Well, usually he sings.
I was doing the laundry.
Oh, okay.
I've been telling DeAndre the whole time that I've been doing laundry every break.
Yes.
You know,
I mean, that's the advantage of being home.
There's going to be a big time increase in my laundry, cleaning, driving, all of these things usage today. As I, of course, thought I was going to be in Minnesota for Game 6, but didn't go that way. The Wolves move on. Yeah, so unfortunate result of round one for the
Lakers.
What's
on today? What is it? Golden
Warriors?
State
Yeah, Warriors Rockets.
Yeah. It's on ESPN.
Yeah. Excited for that. And then you got Game 7 tomorrow. Is that tomorrow or?
Yes.
Sunday?
How confusing is next year going to be when there's like 3 different partners and there's games all over the place and like it's just going to be and even Peacock will have some. Maybe I don't know if they'll have playoff games, but nonetheless, like there's just going to be games everywhere.
Yeah,
I mean, it's going to be good, don't get me wrong, but it'll be confusing at first. People are going to be like, where's it? What?
No, I mean, that's like, I'm sure you're like me where there'll be some movie that I wanted to see in the theater and didn't, and then I'll just Google, blank streaming where, right? And then it'll be like, oh, it's on Peacock now for the next 30 days, or it's on Netflix. I'm like, wait, do I have that subscription? Is that one active right now? Should I try to get this one from Sedano? Well, I don't know if I want to ask. Is that cheap? Stuff like that.
Cappy definitely would ask.
The easiest way for me to find all the games is open up the ESPN app.
Well, no, that is the good thing. The ESPN app will literally
shows
tell you
where
where
it is, what time it starts, and it shows all the scores.
And they're going to have an actual, you're basically going to be able to go from your device to wherever it is on, like through ESPN's app.
Well,
they will take you to Amazon or NBC or whatever.
Plus, right now, you just know by what the day is, right? Like if it's TNT,
well,
it's
right
Tuesday,
now it's
Thursday.
easy.
If it's ESPN, it's Wednesday, Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday.
But it's
going to
be a little different next year when you've got like Peacock on Mondays and you have like
it'll be different. Yeah.
You're going to have,
Amazon
I guess NBC will be doing
Thursday.
Sundays too, right? Or something like that. Maybe Tuesdays. I don't know.
Plus it says like the it'll say, like for tomorrow, for example, it's on TNT / True TV / Max, which a lot of people didn't realize that those TNT games are on Max. So it's good to know.
Yeah. And I assume that Amazon will also just take some of the the TNT's their space in Thursday.
So
Tuesday,
my knowledge is Amazon will have 66 games in the regular season. They're going to do Thursdays for sure, and then they'll do Fridays basically during football season. And then ESPN will only do Wednesdays during the early portion of the season through football, and then after football they'll do Friday, Saturday, Sunday too on top of Wednesdays.
Makes sense.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of basketball after football, which is the time to have it because that's when everybody's tuning in with more of a focus, I would say.
Focus.
Yes, thank you, Pepe. I appreciate that. You understand what I'm talking about. All right, real quick. Mike, we talked about the Warriors-Rockets. Which of the upcoming series in the East are you more interested in?
I mean, definitely Cleveland and Indiana, just because, as we discussed, I just don't think that New York is going to have that much for Boston.
Yeah,
but
Indiana's pretty good. Don't sleep on Indiana.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I think the Indiana and Cleveland series is more compelling for me because I think Indiana's a really good team. Now, I think Cleveland's going to win. And my official pick would be Cleveland in 6, but I wouldn't be shocked.
I took 7.
I wouldn't be shocked if Indy pushed them to 7.
Oh, I think it's Cleveland in 5.
Yeah, Lindsay wasn't persuaded by that. We know where her loyalties lie.
But also because at the end of the season, when the Cavs played them twice the last week of the season, and they literally emptied their bench. Like Tristan Thompson played the entire second half of that last game, and it was still came within 1 when Indiana was still playing all their starters. So
yeah,
I don't know. I just don't think
sure.
they're that
But
good.
when the other team throws out their third string, then the starters of the opponent don't play that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough. Okay.
But they're both good. They're both really good teams. Cleveland's better. I think George and I again both expect them to win. But I am excited. Indiana. This is one of the reasons. The Lakers won that tough game at Indiana. And that was one of the reasons why going into the postseason, you're like, yeah, the Lakers have beaten some really good teams. They took on the challenges of an Indiana, which is a unique, difficult team to play. They spread you out. They've still got Miles Turner as a rim protector. And they play a lot like Cleveland does as well on offense. You've got 2 really good offensive coaches. So I think that's going to be a fun series, George, and definitely better than the other one, even though I'm going to be rooting like hell for the Knicks to find some way to beat Boston.
Not
I
happening.
need to win a game. I don't like these short series. I want all these series to go 7 games because I like to watch
it's
the
been
games.
interesting because it's been competitive games for the most part, but yeah, the series have been short.
The first round has been awesome, much better than last year. But Lindsay's right. It hasn't been as competitive because there were a couple teams that we needed to just get rid of. Miami had to go right, and even in the case of the Lakers only winning 1 game, but those games were compelling.
Lakers had to
certainly. Go. Oh, no, the Lakers did not.
Just kidding.
have
I'm
to
kidding.
go.
Just joking. Joking. I'm a leaving.
Man. From an entertainment standpoint, though, of like the teams that aren't in it anymore, like in terms of the Western Conference, Memphis, I think we were ready for that season to be done. But the other 7 teams, all entertaining in the West. In the East, now that you've got the Final Four, though, at least I think it'll be compelling to watch the Knicks and the Celtics. I just don't know that it'll be that close. Whereas I think the basketball is going to be really compelling for Cleveland and Indiana.
Yes, I agree.
Do you guys think that? So it sounds like from what you were saying about the West earlier, obviously you think that that's going to come down to Golden State and the Clippers?
No, well, so I think that OKC is going to have their way with their way is a little strong, but I think they're the heavy.
They're
going
to win against the Clippers or Denver.
Either the Nuggets or the Clippers, who I think had to put a lot into just beating one another, and I just think that it's very difficult to slug it out like that and then go into play the team that has the best depth, the best energy, the most excited home crowd. Like that's just a gauntlet. I think for whoever that it's going to end up being.
So that's just like a given. Everyone just assumes they're just going to. Whoever they play?
George probably, during the regular season, I think George was slightly higher on OKC than I was. But
Thank you for letting me share in your aura.
But we both thought they were going to win the West. Like they were the top seed. I think that they did bring in a couple of key vets, Hartenstein and Caruso, who Caruso certainly has gone through the whole thing in the postseason. But they don't have the experience collectively as much as like the Clippers or the Nuggets, whoever advances to that stage will. So like I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but I just do think that they will outlast them based on talent and youth and energy and all that. Whereas the other series is I like Minnesota right now, George, regardless of who wins between Golden State and Houston. We're assuming it's going to be Golden State because they're up 3-2 with a home game tonight. But I do like the Wolves, regardless of who comes out of that.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's Ant's time, man. Like I actually think Ant and them can get the way they're playing right now. And again, I know they played a terrible last game. I just feel like they've got some of the bodies you would need to beat OKC, and I think they're going to beat the Warriors if the Warriors come. I think they beat Warriors or the Rockets, but they can beat OKC. Like I am now more convinced than ever. I don't know if it's I don't think it's likely necessarily. I still think OKC comes out, but they absolutely can beat them.
Well, so the thing that Minnesota struggled with early in the season was Julius Randle wasn't quite sure
and finishing games. They were terrible at finishing games.
And this is part of it, right? So like Randle comes in, replaces Towns, and then so DiVincenzo sucked for the first couple months of the season.
Right, he was still in a fog.
He was in a funk. He's like, I thought it was the Nova Boys, right? Like we traded for, we got Bridges.
Well, that
in here.
commercial that runs now is hilarious.
It is. It is. It's a great commercial.
Yeah, that AT&T commercial.
And so he was in his head. He was playing terrible every time he came in the game. He couldn't hit a three. So
by the way, admitted by almost everyone there in Minnesota that was the case.
Yeah, and it was going bad. And then Randle was playing terribly, like relative to him. And then they both got hurt. When they came back, they just fully bought in to kind of the way that they needed to support Ant, to support the way that Gobert was playing with the starters and Conley the leader and all that. And so they really figured it out. And it was hard to take that super seriously because we had seen it for most of the season not work that well. And yet they won 49 games because they had this big, strong close. So now once we saw them put it on wax in the postseason, like George, just take this stat, okay? So the lineup that was really killing the Lakers was when they took Gobert out and Conley out. This is prior to Game 5. And they brought in Reed and DiVincenzo. That group was a plus 53 net rating in the postseason series. And a plus, I think, 27 in the first 4 games. In the regular season, that group stunk. They were -4 for the season. Well, -4 doesn't stink, but it's not good. And they were minus 10 after the All-Star break. So they completely figured that out. The only qualifier is that part of the reason I think they figured it out is because of the athletic advantages they had against the Lakers in that matchup. So guess what? They have those same athletic advantages against Golden State. So that's one thing. So I think that lineup works well against them is 2, even though the difference being Draymond protects the rim better than the Lakers had at a 5 spot. They don't have as much of an athletic edge on Houston, but they've got a better offense by a lot than Houston, especially now that Randle has figured out how to kind of pick his spots. And Ant, George, you did a couple of walk-offs with Ant. Like, he was one of the reasons why they struggled in crunch time because he could not quite find the right balance between hero ball, getting his own, and involving his teammates. And then all of a sudden, he's like prime Kobe In the Lakers series, he's making no mistakes late. He's taking the shots when he should take them. He's giving the ball up when they trap him.
Did
he's
not
doing
turn
everything
it over
perfect
at all the last game.
No
even though
turnovers.
He shot poorly. Yeah.
So it's like you're not supposed to figure that out until you're 27 in a postseason run.
And he's 23.
And he figured it out all of a sudden. That again, that's part of the reason why a lot of us picked the Lakers to win, because we hadn't seen Ant figure out the secrets to the test, to the advanced level test, and he nailed it.
Yeah. He went through the calculus class. And I also thought Gobert would get played off the floor, which didn't happen.
Here's the thing. He did a little bit. Like that's what happened in Game 3 when the Lakers went to the small ball group. Finch pulled Gobert out at the 9-minute mark. Okay, and they made their run back with Nas and with DiVincenzo. So he did a little bit. But I give Gobert, he has to be given credit for sure. But the way that the Lakers played in Game 5, you could sub a lot of guys that were 7 feet, and I think they would have had a similar effect, because Minnesota really game planned, and I think the Lakers were somewhat willing to live with it because he hadn't punished them. He had 14 total points in the previous 4 games, so give him credit, but I think that was more just a sum of the Lakers coming back down 3-1 and just not having the legs and the juice athletically.
Ball knowers. Lindsay, I saw this link you put here. I had not seen this story, but I guess it's from The Athletic.
I think that was a Jovan Buha and someone else.
Okay. Maybe Sam Amick.
Sam Amick, yeah.
So apparently the headline reads, LeBron reportedly won't rule out finishing career away from Lakers to chase another ring. And the quip says, so might James think about finishing his career elsewhere in pursuit of a 5th ring? When posed that question, both league sources close to James and the team source would not rule out the possibility, and that was before the revealing elimination game. Now, here, look, I believe I've always been pretty steadfast in this. He is going to remain a Laker. However, let's just play this out for 1 second. Let's say the Cavs lose an excruciating series to the Celtics in 7, okay? I don't know, man. It's pretty enticing to say, would you do Jared Allen and Darius Garland for LeBron?
No way. Why would we do that?
Well, I don't know. I
don't think the Cavs would do it. I'd be like, no, man, we're good. We're going to come back next year. I think that's way too much to give up for him.
Well, that's what you need to do salary-wise.
No, I don't think that. Honestly, maybe a year ago I would have said that, but this team is like, I don't know. They have so much chemistry. They love each other. They're great.
Evan Mobley is going to be the best player on that team. He might be right now, and he would probably be. He's going to be better next year.
Yeah, he's only 23. It's hard to believe because he's really good, and you can tell he's going to be better.
That's their only chance of winning a championship is Evan Mobley being the best player.
I mean, to me, I would still give Mitchell the slight edge, but I love the two-way
No.
ability of Mobley.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
But I think it's debatable that he is now. But for them to actually win a championship, it's got to be Mobley.
Okay. The only thing I would add that so LeBron, it all depends on if he opts out of his deal, right? Then he could sign wherever he wanted for however much money, or he could restructure. He could do a new deal with the Lakers.
Correct.
And it's up to him. So, but I think we've had this kind of question going into every offseason, and LeBron has always answered the same way, saying, I don't know. I'm going to talk to my wife, Savannah. I'm going to talk to the family. We'll see how my body feels, etc. And, there was the reported, I don't know if it was Shams and Dave, but they reported his knee after that collision
Game
with
5
DiVincenzo
against Dante,
today. And so, we'll see how he feels in a couple months. But, ultimately, LeBron has been pretty steadfast about being very happy, with his move to Los Angeles in all ways, and so that still seems like he enjoys being a Laker.
Agreed, but I would say that'd be it'd be interesting because I think that would be the team if he was going to. He's not going to a 4th team, and Miami is in no way anywhere near a championship. Cleveland clearly is.
I mean, he probably looks at them and he's like, "Dang, I'd love to be on that team." I mean,
he's playing with Luka Doncic, so I don't know about that.
I don't know. I mean, look how far they got. Look how far they got.
But I will say this: I knew LeBron was leaving Miami well before he left Miami because when they got Kyrie and they had all these first-round picks, and then they got the Andrew Wiggins pick again, I could see the machine moving in his head already, and I knew he had an opt-out. So it would. Nothing surprises me with him, is what I would say, although I would expect him to be a Laker.
Well, one other little caveat to mention, because LeBron spoke about it in his end-of-season interview, which was after Game 5. I think he's enjoying being around Bronny as well.
Yeah.
And,
and he could play with Bryce even if he sticks around 2 more years.
Well, just, look, but Bronny's back next year.
Yeah,
for the
but
Lakers.
Bryce may be a first-round pick, is what I'm thinking.
I haven't looked, so I have no idea. I haven't looked at any of the
he's
high school,
incredibly talented
high school
at the high
rankings
school level.
or any of that. But he's going to Arizona next year, obviously. But yeah, I mean, by the way, completely non sequitur. But Yamamoto cruising again. We were just talking about the pitching earlier. I think no hitter through 4 1/3 right now. Yeah,
look at that.
So that guy's good. Wasn't trying to get you off the LeBron point. I just saw that crawl up on the bottom line, and I was like, I got to put the Dodger game on in here. Yeah.
Ball knowers, yeah. So, Bryce is a top 300 player, which is where you want to be in high school.
I feel like I remember a lot of people that do pay attention to that sort of thing. I think Beto even saying that he's better.
Got more tools because he's bigger and much bigger than Bronny was at that stage of his life. So I don't think he's fully grown into his body yet either. That's part of it. So.
Yeah, I barely watch college basketball, so I definitely don't watch high school basketball. DeAndre, you watch any high school kids?
No, I did not.
Okay,
no,
yeah.
Beto's the guy around here that knows all.
Beto loves. Yeah.
I'm like once the draft approaches, then I'll kind of I'll ask a couple people internally, like some scouts and who they're working out. And hey, who's somebody to keep an eye on? And then I'll kind of go back in Synergy and watch clips of
look at you going back in Synergy. We should give Cappy some Synergy,
but not until not until I'm saying right before the draft.
Could you imagine Cappy trying to just log into Synergy? Be like, how do I do this? Is there a password I gotta? Yeah, he'd be all. He can't even log into his TV.
Well, the other easy thing, though, is that there's so many people that'll, once the Lakers took Dalton Connect, you just type in, Dalton Connect highlights, and, it's like, boom, there's a 10-minute montage of every shot that he took at Tennessee, and then a 10-minute montage of every defensive play. So, you can kind of cheat your way from all the people that do this on the full-time. I try to keep it to the ball knowing on the actual NBA level and then catch up as quick as I can to the young guys.
Ball knower.
Yeah.
Ball knowers.
I like how you guys just go silent when we play that.
I think we need a cleaner version of that because it feels like I was trying to talk at the beginning and then Trudell said it. We need a cleaner version.
Oh, so George thought that was me speaking live again. Yeah, because I generally just in being that it's Sedano and Cap, I generally just defer, right? So George is going to come back and go first and all that kind of stuff. So I'm
it's me interrupting you saying ball knowers.
Right, but that's
clip.
Since it's the drop. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So why don't you give us a clean one? Ready? In 3, 2, 1.
Ball knowers.
Okay, that works.
We'll try that one. Yeah, that was live. George, what is the big weekend thing other than watching the 2 great basketball games that are coming up? Do you have anything else at the Sedano household that
we've got Mateo baseball, and we've got a boys' day on Sunday. Yeah, Boys Day on Sunday.
Is that what you do at home? When someone's talking to you mid-sentence, do you just start singing things
Never.
Boys Night?
Never. One of my sons typically might do that. Wait, hold on. So who's the squad that gets invited
Who's
to
the
Boys
squad?
Night?
So Mateo's got some bros that we went to. We did a little impromptu practice last week because we were rained out. So on Sunday when I was home, we did a little impromptu practice, and we got some fielding drills in, we got some hitting drills in. Mateo decided to want to switch hit and hit from the right side.
Good for him. That's a great tool to have in the box.
Made some contact. Yeah. So we look at me on TV.
There's you. They're doing a pop montage, and George just popped up with pop. The reason why what I got confused by. George, is that I thought you meant boys' night, like as if you were having,
No,
some
we're gonna do
dudes
like a
over,
sports day,
like
like a sports
cigars.
day.
You know,
yeah, like he's gonna have Morales.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't hear about this. I thought I might have heard about it.
You can join in on the. I mean, you've got the boys probably doing a million things.
Well, so I'm saying, I thought that maybe you were going to do some pre-made margaritas or something.
No, it's like a sports day because my wife is taking Aria and her friends. I think they're going to watch a play.
Okay.
And so it means Mateo and I are just doing our thing.
Yeah, because if there's boys' night, and if DeAndre said, "Hey, I got boys' night," I would have assumed that it was just him and the homies.
But DeAndre doesn't have children. Oh, there's George again.
No, but that's what I'm saying. There's boys.
Am I in there twice?
Yeah, I just saw you again.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm behind because I'm on the stream.
I mean, unless what I couldn't tell though, it depends on who edited it. If it was the same clip and they just used it again, or if it was
I just broke it up into two different pieces.
The different time they needed. How many times did you interview Pop?
Only like 3 or 4.
That's what I'm saying.
Honestly.
So
because they were not very good during my time.
Yeah.
Early they were, and then obviously now with Wemby I've had a couple of opportunities, but last year, but that was it. Yeah.
Okay.
It was early in my career, I would say like 17, 18, 19, and then not again until last year. Yeah. And then obviously Pop wasn't around this year.
What do you think Cappy's doing right now, George?
Oh, Cappy's raging out right now with Ireland, I'm sure, at Beach
We should call him.
Well, we should just to hear what the background noise sounds like.
He would totally have him do a cap on the street.
No, just call him. I would FaceTime him, but it's not going to sound as good on the.
Trudell, do you want to FaceTime him?
Do you want me to FaceTime him?
Yeah,
you should FaceTime him.
Okay.
See if he would totally know to pick up if you FaceTime.
Yeah, he will. He'll know what we're doing. Because when we try and call him from the hotline, he usually doesn't answer.
Yeah, because he just sees like a 213 number and he's like, it's probably spam. Let's see if he picks up.
And then George, you just stick like the right.
Yeah,
next to the
just
mic.
lean back.
Yeah.
Put the phone on top of the mic. There you go. You're good.
Crickets.
Nah, you can't pick it up.
Hold on, Lindsay. Did he tell you he was sick though, or just
no?
He said, I want to go to.
No,
beach
he
life?
never once said he was sick. He's been saying all week.
No, he said he was taking just a day off.
Oh, just taking the day. Okay. So he's not sick. So unavailable. Now, here's
he said he wasn't going to be completely out of pocket.
Well, the question is, if he's at a concert, though.
Well, I would have loved to have seen him with Ireland on the FaceTime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, Ireland's going to dinner first, though. So Ireland won't be at the beach until later.
I should head down there just to just see if I can find him.
I mean, it's like a 10-minute bike ride from my house.
There you go.
I'm not going to try to.
It's like a 10-minute drive from mine, but nonetheless.
It's like I mean, that's a little farther for you, no? Isn't it like 25 minutes? Okay. Yeah.
To where the Beach Life Festival is? It's like 10 or 12 minutes.
George, if you were going to have a boys' night in a different context and you had to invite 8 dudes from the station.
8 dudes from the station.
Who would the 8 be? Who's
all right,
who's getting in the
DeAndre
list?
For sure.
Okay, DeAndre first round pick. Congrats, DeAndre.
Yeah, DeAndre's making the cut for sure.
Okay.
I'd invite Cappy just for the hilarity of it.
Okay, that's 2.
Yeah. You.
Okay, 3.
Michael Thompson.
Obvious choice. Good. That's 4.
Travis Rogers can take him back.
Okay, Travis.
So he'd be fun. I feel like after a few.
Doing like beer chugging contests with everybody, stuff like that. Okay, that's 5. You got 3 more spots.
Morales.
Okay, yeah. 6. He can't drink, but still fun.
No, but he's still fun. Yeah, he's still fun. So I got 2 more spots.
You got 2 more
right?
spots. Yeah.
Ooh.
Lindsay, any guesses? And not to exclude you, by the way, we can ask him who we would have for girls' night as well.
There's not that many girls,
Actually,
but
yeah.
There's literally 3 girls, and he would probably have Emily because she watches his kids.
She does babysit the kids.
So still we got 2 spots left. You have not. Here are some names that you have not said yet.
Okay, go ahead.
You have not said Mason.
Mm-hmm.
You have not said DeMarco.
Or Ireland.
He'd probably be at Burger King.
You have not said
Getting that Apostle Whopper.
Any of the great social media content bros.
Yeah. I will say Graham is a great hang because one night when we had a random event down in Anaheim, it was me, Morales, and Graham was working, and Pepe was there too. And we were like, hey, let's go to Disneyland. And Graham was like, sure, if that's the vibe. Okay. And then the 3 of us went to Disneyland, and we hung out for like 2 hours.
That sounds like him.
It was a great time.
You haven't said Tommy Lamb. You haven't said Mark Cates.
No salespeople.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Let's see. So I don't know.
I mean,
who were your last two
Cates
spots?
might be the
Mario.
only one I would even consider.
Oh, yeah. Him said Mario. Him said
Oh,
Funchy.
Mario Ruiz
He's a
for
good hang.
sure.
What's
Oh, Beto.
Okay.
Beto, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
you got
Beto.
it. Those. That's it. That's the
Beto, shut
All right.
up.
So we got Beto, Cappy, me, DeAndre, Travis. Who
Michael
else? did you say?
Thompson.
Oh yeah, MT. And who were the other two?
If somebody wouldn't show up, then I'd go DeMarco. But I see DeMarco all the time. Like, we live down the street from each other.
Look, now what would we do? Little cards or like what?
Little cards. We could play a little poker. We could play a little
Okay.
dominoes, some bones if you want. I mean,
Okay. All right. Sounds like a good bros night.
Yeah. I got, I'd have some nice wine for Michael. I'd have some tequila for anyone else. I've got all the
Mandala.
spirits, as you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So, if it gets, if we end up here in the morning, I'd have some pomegranate mimosas for everybody again, as you know.
Yep. Had one of those.
I love a good pomegranate mimosa.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
If it gets to that point where the sun is rising.
All right, George. Well, I'm glad
But
we
that would
pointed
be
this
it.
out.
That it's tough. Guys who I thought of, honorable mentions were DeMarco clearly was an honorable mention. Parker, of all the social guys, Parker's the guy that I go the furthest back with, I believe. So Parker would be in that conversation. He's
What about Funch?
Oh, Funchy!
Get out.
Oh man,
Get out.
Sorry, Funchy, I forgot. Bro.
I'm here.
Poor
Funchy
Funch.
can just show up.
What about Kirk?
Oh, my guy, Kirk Morrison, too.
Kirk is a good hang. Kirk is a great hang.
Kirk is
Yeah,
a good hang.
He's a good time.
I've hung with Kirk. So I did UFL games with Kirk last year, and, man, we had a blast. Kirk is a good hang. It's a tough question, Trudell, to only leave it to 8.
Yeah, well.
Who would be in your guys' night?
I mean, Ireland, Sedano, Morales.
A lot of ball knowers until then.
Ball
knowers.
Definitely Funchy.
Funchy, there
I'm
we go.
here.
Yep. What was that? Was that 4? Okay.
Yeah. Got 4 more.
Since I'm trying to work on just make a little side money here. So we're definitely getting Tommy and Kate's there just so I can kind of, just so I can pitch.
Because you need money?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can just pitch some sales ideas, right? George is good now and all that. So George is the up and coming national play-by-play guy. So, I think I only have 2 spots left. I'm strongly considering DeAndre. He's looking right at me here.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be a good ad.
I feel like DeAndre's a good hang.
He's a good hang.
So that's 7, and then I'm gonna have to think about that last spot.
Oh, you're not going to include Beto?
Didn't I say Beto?
No, you didn't.
So.
Okay, Beto's in then. All right, there we go.
Yeah.
Boom,
Beto's
that's
a
it.
great hang.
Yeah, of course.
There is not a time I've ever hung out with Beto that I have not had a great time.
No, for sure. All right.
DeAndre went to Dodger game with Beto and ended up in all the fancy places.
Yeah, he's a great hang, man, for sure.
He knows where to go.
Look,
he knows everybody.
I go back with Beto, man. 2008.
Yeah.
When I first moved out here.
Yeah. That is our commercial-free 30 minutes. Coming up next, big deal or no deal? Get ready to take it away, Lindsay. We're back in a moment. 710 ESPN.
Looking for all things black and gold? Tap into LAFC Plus. Hosted by Dave Denholm and Mario Ruiz.
This is LAFC Plus. He's Mario Reeves. I'm Dave Denholm.
React to the latest match. Get ready for the upcoming game. Get exclusive interviews. Plus, a look around the rest of the MLS.
This is what LA is about. Not just being in the big games, but also winning.
New episodes of LAFC Plus drop weekly. Available everywhere you get your podcasts and on the ESPN LA app.
Hey, it's Cap. Inheriting a home can be overwhelming, but Seller's Advantage makes it easy. One customer shared, quote, inheriting a home felt like too much work. Seller's Advantage gave us a reasonable offer, handled everything, and closed in 3 weeks. I highly recommend them. Skip repairs and headaches. Call Seller's Advantage today at 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Did you know that Children's Hospital Los Angeles has Southern California's only pediatric level 4 epilepsy unit? But what does that really mean for your child? It means a place where every doctor, nurse, and piece of equipment is specially designed for kids with epilepsy. They create personalized care plans for each child. But here's what's really exciting. The Neurological Institute is running over 45 clinical trials to develop new therapies. That means your child could have access to tomorrow's treatments today.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood carpet and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? With a new owner, fresh renovations, and upgraded amenities, it's a whole new way to experience LA's premier table game casino. From poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, and Baccarat, they've got all the action for ESPN LA listeners. Brand new players who sign up for their Players Reward get $30 in match play. Just say, Cappy sent me to get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-001291. GEAR-001292. GEAR-001298. BSIS license number 1358.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
It's the LA Afternoon Takeover on 710 ESPN.
Man, I hate when my brain is right and my heart is wrong.
It was so close to having your brain wrong and your heart right, too.
Oh, it would have been so much fun if that were the case.
More Sedano and Cap right now.
That promo is basically me bragging about how right I am. I hate when my brain is right and my heart is wrong.
So how about this one, Trudell? How are you going to grade this one?
Oh, come on.
Strong.
This is a
Strong
jam.
to quite strong. Yeah, this is a banger. Yeah.
But this is not a song for grandma.
No, definitely not.
Just the clean version. You know? Sure do you want to... by the way, Lindsay, Mobley just finished his 4th season. We were talking about Mobley versus
I'm
Chet
just
and,
trying to like make him
during
seem
the
younger
break.
so you can agree with me more.
Yeah. No, I mean, he's still young.
but-
He came in the league when he was like 18.
Real quick, Lil Wayne, 2008, #1 hit today, Lollipop. So.
I got to see Lil Wayne kind of at a wedding. Unexpectedly came out and played.
Did he perform?
Lil Wayne came out during
Was he
a
terrible?
wedding?
Because he's pretty bad live. I've seen him live twice, and he was pretty bad.
He was awesome.
that's
Especially
good.
because I wasn't expecting it. It was just all of a sudden started to hear
Whose wedding?
I don't know if I'm allowed to share. So I will text the person and ask if I
You
can
could tell me.
yeah,
You
it's
could
clearly
tell
somebody
us.
famous.
I have an idea of who it is.
But it was incredible. And
Do I know who this person is?
And then I think the first song they played it's like the like dun, 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 they used it on the Ballers on the show as the intro with Drake. Yeah,
Right above it. Right above it.
And like that's one of my favorite. Yeah, that's one of my favorite.
That's a good song.
Recent song. Yeah, that's such a good song. And Drake comes in, and then
And by the way,
Timothy
that
comes later.
song also kind of had a mainstream kind of run to it too.
Yes, great
beyond
song.
just the TV show right before that. So.
Yeah, no, that's a lot of it, and that was kind of.
I mean, I
Drake,
liked him when he was with the Cash Money Millionaires. You know.
Yeah.
That was his hype.
And people forget that he kind of brought Drake under the umbrella early.
He
back
did.
when Drake was cool.
He did.
Yeah. Speaking of which, are we going to do the Kendrick Lamar one too at some point today or no?
What Kendrick Lamar one?
DeAndre?
Oh, that's on the
DOTD?
list. Yeah, we'll do that one next.
Okay, yeah.
Oh no, it's our last song.
Oh yes, we won't do it. So today also, look at all these songs today.
So many good
that
ones.
that were #1 hits today. Obviously, we mentioned earlier, "Hypnotized" by Biggie in '97. In '99, despite Mike Trudell poo-pooing it, Ricky Martin, "Living La Vida Loca." All right.
I want to ask you about
Gwen Stefani, Holla Back Girl in 2005, 2008 Lil Wayne, Lollipop, 2017 Kendrick, and then 2020 Travis Scott and Kid Cudi.
Well, so my boys, as I mentioned, are 10, and they and their friends, the musician or artist that they listen to the most to, or that they talk about the most, is Kendrick Lamar.
How old?
They're 10.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I'm kind of like, it reminds me like when I was getting into hip hop when I was 10, and I'm like, all right, are they ready for their first concert? So Kendrick's
At
about
10,
to.
I don't think so.
Well,
no way, bro.
I mean, here's the thing. First of all, a lot of weed in the air. Which,
for sure.
Which
tons.
Which for that age, I'm just like, I don't know, but it's at SoFi, so I'm like, it's not that bad. So like you get the open air kind of
too
element
young
to it.
though.
It's not really that open air.
But like now look, I play the clean versions, like when we play the music for them for the most part. But sometimes like I'm in the car and it comes on, I'm like, what? Like there are a couple where I don't care about the effort or anything else, but there's a certain level of not wanting a ton of the N and other things coming up, and like we discussing all that and the word and dating back to slavery and all doing all the conversations.
Lots to explain there.
But we have I've had the conversations with them.
I would wait till like 12.
But that's the thing. But I was kind of trying to talk my wife into it, and then I pulled up the ticket prices, and I was like, because we wanted to take a couple of their friends too.
Yeah,
I was like,
it's expensive.
I mean, to take like them and two of their friends, and I was like, I'm thinking about it though. I have not decided definitively, but I do think that would be a great for them to say when they're older. Hey, what was your first concert? Like, oh yeah, man, I went to Kendrick Lamar. Like that's a pretty good first concert.
Kendrick Lamar was my first concert.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, you're cool.
I just took my nephew, who's 13, to his first concert. I took him to Tyler, the Creator.
Okay, that's a good
and
one.
he had like the time of his life. That's his favorite, though. That's his guy.
Lindsay and George, what was your first concert?
Mine was.
Mine was U2.
Oh, that's
one.
fancy.
Yeah.
So my first concert was Warped Tour when I was like in 6th grade, I think, and Smashing Pumpkins were there.
Sure.
And
Love Smashing.
Like Weezer or something?
no, Weezer wasn't there yet. Well, there was another big. K's Choice was there, if you remember them.
Okay.
But I went to a lot of concerts. Like I was like a big punk fan in high school.
So my first show was Dave Matthews at Target Center
Dave
when I was like 15. And
Did you take your girlfriend?
I went with.
That's not something you go with like the bros.
No, it was
really
it was a bunch
to
of
Dave
school friends.
Matthews.
Yeah, well, when I was in high school, everybody listened to Dave Matthews. That was like it was big. But
that song
the
right
show,
there, holy moly,
the
it
show
was popular.
It was a great show, but I do remember at the time it was the thing I remember the most was the cloud of smoke around me. And not weed as much, like just cigarette smoke. Yeah. And this was indoor arena, and it was like all encompassing, and it was hard to even focus on the music because I just wasn't ready for it yet. It was like getting stuck in the middle of a Vegas casino, like right when the high rollers roll in at that high roller poker table. So that's one recollection, and I'm like, so I don't want the boys to have that part of it, but man, Kendrick being the
Who
first
opened
show,
for Dave Matthews Band?
I don't even remember.
No.
Yeah, I just remember the Dave and the smoke, but I think I was 15. Now, the first concert I took my wife to was Wu-Tang Clan at First
Come
Ave.
on now.
Small.
By the way, I meant to ask you, have you seen that documentary? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I just watched it recently. I think it was last weekend.
Yeah,
it
it was great. Well, and here's another thing that I was really mad about. So RZA was sitting right in front of me a couple of weeks ago at a Laker game. He was courtside. And I so wanted to go up right in front of him and just like at least hit him with the W, just to like let him know that. But I had my microphone and I was like, I don't want to be corny.
Yeah, I know you represent, man.
I know. And now I totally regret it. I think, and not going up to him like, hey, RZA, I love you, but just from like afar, just throw it up the W. I feel like he would have appreciated.
He would have
that.
appreciated it.
Yeah. So I regret not doing it.
You think he would have thrown it back at you? Threw the W back at you?
He probably. I think at the very least it would have just been kind of like a. Just good head nod.
Are you going to go see them on their new tour?
Of course.
That's coming, yeah.
I saw them at the was it the Wiltern? Does that sound right? A couple years ago in Hollywood, which was great. So I've seen them twice now, but yeah, could never be enough.
It's a pretty big tour they're going on.
Yeah. Lynn, do you want to sneak in one big deal or no deal before we move on?
Yes, sure. I'd be happy to. Big deal or no deal? Hold on. Let me pull my page back up here. Fight on. Give me a break.
Sounds like you guys were against overall in the Kendrick there for the kids, but
I feel like that's a little
not
young
ready
for
yet.
them. Yeah,
That's just
not yet, man.
Oh, I know what I was going to ask you. Yes, about big deal or no deal. Okay, so Steve Smith Sr. I don't know if you guys remember the scandal that broke out a couple months ago.
Yeah, where he was some guy's wife was cheating on him.
Yes, and the
with
guy
Steve
like
Smith Senior, and the guy confronted him.
Yes, he outed him on Twitter, and it was a whole big mess. Well, now this guy that his wife had a little fling with, Steve Smith Senior, is suing Steve Smith Sr. because there is a law in North Carolina that's basically known as like the homewreckers rule, where if you're responsible for breaking up a marriage, then you could be sued. So I wanted to ask you guys, like, from what I read, that seems like that's the only
Thank
state.
God they don't have that here in California.
Yeah, I know, exactly. It's the only state that has it. It's called the Alienation of Affection Law.
Wow.
And it allows spouses to take legal action against outside parties involved in an affair.
Bro.
So I want to ask you guys if you think that's a big deal or no deal.
That is a big deal. Like,
crazy.
If I'm Steve Smith, I'm like, wait, what? And it's in an actual law? I would have been stunned by that. Not great, is what I would say.
He's in trouble.
Lizzie,
what?
I missed the first thing you said. What's the state?
North Carolina.
Okay, Carolina. Yeah,
Come on and raise up.
That it does surprise me a little bit. Like that type of a law to me would be like in an even more conservative state than North Carolina, which is sort of like a purple state. You know, I would have thought that would be more of like a somehow tied to a certain
Alabama,
Christianity, like a certain like really by the
all
by
those
the
people
rules.
are all incest anyway.
Well, okay, I wouldn't say.
I wouldn't go that far.
But like,
crazy. But I don't think you should say that. You probably should apologize on that one. Yeah.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of states down south where that's like not against the law.
Right, for many years ago, I'm assuming so, but I wouldn't think. I don't think that's a
speaking
prevailing thing now.
Okay, I'm speaking about government-wise, criminally speaking.
Right.
We'll just say that.
But it would surprise it would surprise me if that law if it were able to continue or had any staying power. It seems like something that isn't it's more about like a adults are going to be adults, and if you choose to do that, you can certainly it can affect you in the divorce settlement, right? That's likely to come out of it. But in terms of actual legal recourse for it, that to me goes beyond the pale.
Well, the law says it allows spouses to take legal action against the outside parties involved in an affair.
Yeah, I just wonder if that law would be challenged if it became more widespread. Like,
well, we're about to find out.
Yeah. But that sounds
like a big deal.
He messed with a girl in the wrong state.
Yeah. Man.
All right, let's take a break. We got
crazy
Dealer's
one, Lindsay.
Choice coming up next. But first, let me tell you, man, Mother's Day's right around the corner, May 11th. What are you waiting for? You got to get Mom something. Mom was there for you all the time, right? She took you to school, took you to practice when you were sick. She made you chicken soup, all right? Una sopita de pollo. Mom did everything to make you happy, so return the favor. This year, I'm sending my mom happy flowers for Happy Mother's Day from the Books Company, short for bouquets. And here's the deal. I'm going to hook you up 25% off your order to send some Books flowers. Go to Books.com, BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN gets you that 25% off. Books just aren't any flowers, man. They're flowers cut fresh from the best farms, so they are bigger, brighter, and last way longer. Some even on the side of a volcano, that's where they grow, okay? Look at that. It's crazy. Wow Mom with a bright, happy bouquet, or go for the Books Flowers subscription. That way she gets the fresh blooms on repeat. It's easy, man. If you want just a one-time deal, I already picked my bouquet, picked my delivery date, and I'm good to go. I'm done. So what about you? Get on it, man. And with 25% off, why stop with Mom? Get some for your wifey, your auntie, your grandma, your sister. Look, guys, you can't forget Mom. Mother's Day is coming up, all right? It's 9 days away. Order your Books now. Go to Books.com, promo code ESPN for 25% off. That's BOUQS, promo code ESPN. Books.com, promo code ESPN.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
Back Monday at 9 a.m. after Clinton and Friends.
I always wanted to be on the field crew for baseball.
Yeah,
I never got to do it. I want to do that.
So here's when the kids were in like Little League, doing field prep is the sweet spot.
Oh, fun. Yeah.
Because it's
dragging the field.
Peaceful.
Yeah.
It's quiet. You're outside.
That's
it's
cool.
Sunny. I love it.
Turning on the sprinkler.
Spraying the dirt with the hose.
Love it.
Dragging the field.
I think when you
got to
bring out, when it rains and you got to bring out the tarp.
Oh,
I
no.
always wanted to do that.
That looks like hard work. I'd like to avoid hard work.
And I would mess it up and I'd get run over by the tarp.
It happens occasionally
I know.
where somebody stumbles and they just, by the way, that would be terrifying. Being stuck underneath that thing, right? That's not like a piece of saran wrap. That is a heavy-duty piece of like vinyl or whatever it is.
I may have to bring out the Rambo
scary.
blade.
I would lose my damn mind if I got run over by that cylinder.
I'm getting claustrophobic.
That would be crazy.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m.
It's Travis and DeMarco
on 710 ESPN.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192. Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Final segment of the program. Week coming to an end. Cappy and Ireland are at Beach Life. Trudell's been in the house doing a fantastic job. Excellent job by the COT today.
Wait, George, should we just go to Beach Life together tonight?
I mean, maybe, but you need to chill till I can get and hit the post on this song, Jack. So just back up for 1 second. Now you can talk again.
I don't think I want to go tonight, honestly, to Beach Life.
Tonight's the Lenny Kravitz night. I mean, it'd be the night I'd want to go.
Yeah, Lenny Kravitz, good, but I don't know. Well, here's the thing. Again, if I'm saving
First
money.
you besmirched
for
Ricky Martin. Now you're besmirching Lenny.
I said good. I just didn't say great. Like it's not like Kendrick Lamar. That's all I'm saying. And if I'm going to be spending some bankroll on a concert right now, then I got to save up for Kendrick Lamar. But we'll see.
Okay.
Who else is at Beach Life this weekend? What we can discuss later. Anyway, what are we getting into in this last segment, George?
It is the dealer's choice. Dealer's choice today. I'm guessing you didn't have one, but it's fine. I will do one. It's brought to you by our friends at Sellers Advantage. Want to sell your house before you call an agent? Call Sellers Advantage. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer. No repairs needed. They'll make selling easy. Call them at 888-390-AS-IS. That's 888-390-AS-IS for a no obligation offer. Excuse me. Or visit their website, sellersadvantage.com. All right, so my dealer's choice today is just a couple things we didn't get to, and then we can go from there. Just a little cleanup.
Yeah.
Birthdays we missed today. David Beckham turning 50 years old today. Donatella Versace, 70. Pat McAfee, our colleague here at ESPN, turned 38. Paul George, PG, turned 35. Tomorrow, Frankie Valli, 90. Wow. James Brown, may he rest in peace. Birthday was tomorrow. And Bing Crosby's birthday.
George, remember when you dressed up as Pat McAfee for Halloween?
I did, yes.
Nice. I'm taking off of that list. I'm going with Bex. I mean, this is one of my early sports heroes.
Oh, I can imagine.
That 1999 Manchester United team.
Well, you're right. You're a Man U guy. I mean, you and LeBron got into it about Man U.
Yeah, in fact, look, I've
got... Oh, wait. But that reminds me.
Oh.
I did pull that audio from that just because I wanted to just...
That's a horrible sacrifice. That is a horrible sacrifice.
That's what he said to you.
It is what he said to me. And I said something along the lines of, well, what's it like to be only a fan of the second best club in the history of the English Premier League?
Oh, wow.
But I don't even know that he heard me because then he just repeated, basically, your jacket's terrible. And look, he's a Liverpool part owner. he should hate the greatest franchise, the greatest squad in the history of England. So I get it. It's
A lot different comment than.
Nice shoes, too. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Big difference.
He was being real both times, and he likes his shoes. He does not like Manchester United because he's a Liverpool guy. And I understand. I am wearing a Red Devils kit right now, though, George, because we just smashed Athletic Club Bilbao in the Europa League
Bilbao
semifinal.
from the Spanish league. Yeah.
Yes, and they are a good team. They barely got scored on at home. We beat them 3-0, and we just have to win at home now in the second leg of the aggregate to get into the Europa League final, and then we can get into the Champions League and have just bring joy out of it's been the worst season in the history of my club since like the 70s. So all we need to do is win essentially 2 more games. So I'm here for it.
Yeah, I saw Tottenham
Go Devils.
Hotspur won today too.
Yeah, that's who we would have to play in the final, most likely. They're playing a Norwegian club, so we'll see.
Couple more things. Today is Sibling Appreciation Day, National Life Insurance Day, Play Your Ukulele Day, National Truffle Day. I kind of like truffles, I got to be honest. And World Tuna Day.
Yeah, shout out to my sister Ashley, my brother Scott, National Sibling Day.
Yeah. And then one more thing. 3 more movie, or Hollywood-type things. Austin Powers International Man of Mystery released in theaters today in 1997. And Marvel's Iron
Great
Man
movie.
released in theaters. Austin Powers, aren't they making another one?
I don't know, but that's
I
definitely
could've
like in my
sworn
top
that was
5
gonna
or
happen.
6.
Yeah, I love Austin Powers.
The
Like, if they
original
make
one is
another
so
Austin
good.
Powers, I'm there. I don't go to the theater very often, but I would go back for that.
I would too.
So, okay, speaking of...
Oh, let me tell. Are you gonna rip Austin Powers down?
No, love
Okay.
Austin Powers. What I'm saying, I'm again questioning if I can persuade my wife to let my boys watch it. Now it's PG-13, but there's a lot of
It's
Austin
fine.
Powers.
Yeah, it's
No,
just a
it's
lot of
fine.
it's
It's
all
stuff
like
they just
sex
wouldn't.
jokes and
Yeah,
stuff.
but
no?
it's stuff that like they would. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you're right.
That's the one topic where
Swing.
Are you better
Oh, no,
off
that's a
letting
Wayne's
them watch
World,
like Braveheart and Gladiator, right? As
Yeah, all
opposed
the,
to like
the
Austin
gore.
Powers.
They're used to that in their video games.
Right, it's like gore versus sex. I don't, anyway, we can discuss.
Oh,
later.
it's Shag Me. Oh, you shag me.
Yeah,
baby.
it's like it's not
like,
that
it's
bad.
pretty tame.
Just say
I
it's
would
like
say.
kissing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, something. To
So anyway, that's my dealer's choice, was just to recite the stuff that we didn't do today. But
well,
anyway.
you know what? Next time, next time I have a dealer's choice actually, but we don't have time.
Okay,
before.
fair enough.
Yeah, so
I didn't know you were armed with one. But
I'll be back. I'll be back. It's
no, you'll definitely be back.
Yeah, I'm not as busy until like October.
All right, we'll make it happen. Great job, Trudell, Lindsay, DeAndre, the guys in the back there with the social team, the COT, Christopher for doing nothing, and Cappy for nothing either. All right, have a great weekend.